This has been one hell of an experience. Have a look at that. Changing the car. Middle of the seat. Into the little bush. You can see inside. Yeah, guys, let's visit. Picking up his pictures, random dude just come up. Yeah, we're getting the ticket to go back to Tokyo for the night in the hotel. We'll be editing all this together if possible. Do try turning the chills on. We're doing that last Monday.
I'm with a cold sweat.
Hot sweat, mate.
You said this were going home with you.
600 quid, wasn't it?
What? How much? Hey, oh, did you hear that?
No.
He said 600. Robin, that was a first time thing.
20 seconds.
Right, if I bid again, are you going to bid any more?
He's
10,
9.
Well done, mate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But then, do you not care? If you get a swipe, do you not? Does it not start to build up down?
Sorry, I had to do it.
You've eaten everything I've ever built on a slope, mate.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Richard Brown, intro's a bit long. Join 3 minutes later, then, mate. There's a reason. There's a reason why there's a long intro. Because for the first 3 minutes, you're not allowed to say fuck, shit, swear, or bugger. So after 3 minutes, you can, and you still don't get demonetized. So that's the reason for the long intro. Because lots of people used to come on and drop the C bomb or the F bomb or anything else beforehand, and then I'd get demonetized. So there's a reason for it. Crafty says he's having a McDonald's. Oh no, Crafty's having a McDonald's, says Family Carp. Sorry, I thought that was Crafty saying he was having one then for a second. But yeah, that's the only reason why there's a long intro. So good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us this week. And we've got a show for you this evening, that is for sure. We've got more topics than you can shake a stick at. I've obviously been having a chat with Matt and Rick, saying we need to get a few more topics, giving Matt a little bit of a rib every now and again. And boy, have they done us proud this week. We've got more topics than I think we could possibly get through in a couple of weeks. So when they finally join us this evening, we shall. I'll bring them all up for you guys anyway, so you can have a. We've actually got 15 comments on the actual live this evening, but we've got long lists and long details of lots of topics for us to be having a talk at. There, that's Matt's list, which is News Forest's first one. One of my cheeky little niggly ones being thrown in there. Can somebody tell me how much this koi is worth, etc., etc.? And then we've got this one here, and we've got a whole load more there. So we've got absolutely tons of topics this evening. Some of them are a little tongue-in-cheek. Some of them are genuine things and facts that people might find interesting, and some that people, might actually be able to learn a little bit from. But others are going to be a few of what we could call Rick's favourite thing, which is myth busting. So hopefully, when they join and get on, we'll be able to get into some of these topics and make a start. I do believe Crafty will be joining us, but he might be at work again, so he might be on later on. But we should have these guys joining us at some point, at some time through this evening. Busy time for them guys, so the chances that either Rick's doing a little bit of running behind or Matt's still working a little bit as well. And by the look of it, there we go.
Ooh.
Just washing his hair. That's what he was doing.
Just cooking me dinner, man.
Just got in.
No, I just got in. Just trying to cook my dinner.
Are you trying to cook your dinner? Sorry, you broke up a little bit then. You had a good week up to press, mate?
Yeah. Quiet times now, so getting ready to do the lake.
How's the change in temperatures and weather conditions affected anything? Has it been a bit chillier while you've been in that water?
I'm not looking forward to the weekend because we got to get in and do the main lake. So
Matt says, "Have you got a link?" Oh, yeah. Well, mate, there is the link. I already sent it to you earlier on, but he obviously didn't get the memo, did he? He didn't. Mustn't have got
he's
the memo.
always late, isn't he?
Right. It's kind of like second knowledge now, isn't it? We know it's a thing, and
Got on my head.
he got a little tough sticking up. Yeah, but yeah, guys, we've got lots of tongue-in-cheek topics, and there is a fair few good ones in there as well. Organic, for example, organic waste in your filters causes ulcers. But we will get into them. Does it? Does it not? Have you? I actually sent. I sent you a message earlier on today saying I dropped Matt a little bit of a dig, saying you're gonna have to get some. You're gonna have to get some topics in. Well, he's done us proud, mate. He's done us proud because he's got like.
Just Google it. Have you ever heard of the Dragon's Gate?
He probably has. He's got like 10 or 15 of them. So
I've never heard of it. Dragon.
AI chat, whatever it's called, chatgp.com.
Yeah, that's what you've done. And you just, and about you made out to me like while you were supposed to be out stalking and what have you, doing this, that, and other. You couldn't concentrate what you were doing for thinking of questions. You just chat GPT'd it, or GP.
I had the client in front of me and I just sat there on the phone going, come on then.
List upon list. Let's have a quick touch up and catch up, make sure we didn't miss anybody's. Marco says, evening everyone, Mon the Fish. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it, bud. Thank you very much, mate. And likewise, share. Don't forget to subscribe to Marco's channel too. If I've
go on, is it?
Bobby one. Yeah, he has. Sure, he has. He must have because he's got merch T-shirts and a lot. So,
come
on, Matt.
I'm sure he has.
No, he's got lots of Facebook groups and pages, but I don't think he's got YouTube.
Maybe, if it's just the groups on Facebooks, then it's all the same. Still needs to be subscribed to or joined along with. Anyone else notice that koi food is lasting 10 times longer? Gazes. Mate, mine have literally, this is straight up, mine have only just stopped feeding the last 2 days. 3 days ago, they didn't come up for now, so I scooped it back off. But from before that, prior up to it, Tuesday was the last time I fed them. Monday was the last time I fed them. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning they've not had now because they've been hunkered down. But prior to that, they had a feed on Monday, but They're not showing any interest in that at all.
It's amazing, isn't it? When you used to have to pay for your own food, you used to stop feeding in September.
It's still. Tell them, Marie, I do pay for my own koi food, don't I?
No,
No, for home.
it all comes out your pockets in the
I
wash.
pay for my own koi food at home.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
You'll get up free.
So there you go. Not bad. Not a bad starter. Apparently, not a bad starter. Jessica says, "Hi everyone. We'll catch up with a few of these. Think someone's P45 may be sent out. Oh, who's getting a P45?
You.
Me for turning up late, isn't it?
You. Might be you, mate. Might be you.
I thought it was Gaz. Not only was he late for work
I wasn't.
today.
I was
You
stuck in traffic.
Yes,
He sends me a
you were.
message saying, "What? God, you're keen," because I sent him a link for the live tonight. I'm like, well, I was sat in traffic, so I made good use of the time. I thought, well, might as well set live up and send links out.
That was like 8:30 this morning. I was like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Making the best of a bad situation. Rocky boy, hope you're well, mate. Evening, everyone. Hope you're staying warm. It's warm in here, mate. It's not so warm out there, though. It has proper. I mean, I don't know. Is it as bad down by you? Proper dropped off, man. Here we got
We were
first
frozen,
snow.
didn't
We were -5 this morning.
Yeah, and from nowhere though, because prior to that, it weren't too bad at all. We were getting temperatures of about 10, 12 degrees. Yeah, no worries, mate. 10, 12 degrees, and my pond temperature's been about 10 degrees, but we were dropping down to about 8 or 9 on a night, and then it's just gone from 8 or 9 down to like, I think Monday morning when I got up, it was 2 degrees. And I thought, fuck me, that feels cold when you're going outside. When you step outside, like,
I want to ask Rick actually, and he's just walked away. I want to know whether your ponds inside a shed will drop temperature more than a polytunnel. Now, remembering that during the day it's going to heat up more, yes, granted, but at night it has no insulation factor at all, so potentially you're going to lose the heat. Because all my sheds
I've noticed a massive difference in our polytunnels these last 2 days, mate. They've been cold, and heating systems on, and it's going like crazy. And it's it's not. Last couple of weeks prior, it were going on, coming off, going on, coming off, going on, coming off, and now it's just on solid all day.
And what temperatures are they set at?
Anything from 20 to 24 degrees, depending what stage we are in, moving, going through the quarantine procedure. Matt's back to normal, apparently.
Turning up late. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, what about this one then? First question of the evening, and then we can get on to some other topics. Then, question of the evening then comes from Mark Oxo, famous Mr. Mark Oxo, a part of the Oxo family. Question, Gaz: aerated bottom drains, yes or no? Think of just using air bars in the new pond. If it were me, mate, I would say no. I would go no to an aerated bottom drain.
So, and I would say yes. So I guess.
But I'm saying no for one reason: the disturbance that you get and the visibility if you've got a window, because they are to a point where you can't see them. You're going to say yes because they're brilliant how they move and bring all the rubbish through and get it all gathered up.
Yeah,
So having one that you can make that pizza's in. Having one that you could make use of or switch on or switch off, and spray bars or air bars as well, or air curtain bars, whatever you want to class them as, would be better in my opinion, because you get more drive across the surface, more finer air bubbles from it as well, and gives the fish something to swim up, and you can also use it for a little bit of exercise for them too. What would you say, Rick? Yeah, Rick. Aerated bottom drains Yes or no?
They're great. They're a fantastic idea for a bottom drain, aren't they? Because they do draw more shit to it.
It's like a reverse mushroom effect, doesn't it? It pulls as the bubbles come up, it does a circulation motion and then draws them up.
So yeah, on one hand they're amazing, but on the other hand, generally your bottom drain's in the centre of your pond or whatever, and then you can't see nothing. You can't see your fish, can you?
To me, that's the only downfall with it. With the amount that it moves around and the amount of disturbance it makes, and the water surface looking top down, it makes it very difficult to see. If you've got a window and it's central to the window, then I mean the fish like to play in them a little bit, so you do get to see a bit of them, but they do tend to distort the water a little bit to make it a little bit more difficult to see. But that would be the only negative for me, Mark, that I would say about them. Other than that, what they're there and actually there to do, they're very good at doing the job. So
a lot of people I know have them set on timers so they actually come on at, say, 8 o'clock at night when it's dark, stay on till 8 o'clock in the morning, and it will basically clear everything off the bottom of the pond and then switch off for the day and then go back through the cycle again. But at least you won't get that distorted surface.
But the beauty about having one and switching it on and off is in summer months, if you ever really needed some extra air, you've always got that there as an extra backup, haven't you? If you haven't got it, then, you know, it's one less than what you could have had.
Yeah, in a perfect world, you'd have your aerated bottom drain. You'd have your air bar at one end. You'd have all sorts, wouldn't you? So you can create flow when you want it. You can create draw to the drain when you want it. You can minimise disturbance. But the fact is, A, a lot of people haven't got bottomless pockets for all that, and B, fish don't particularly like it going on and off today. Quite often find when you put air on or off or do something.
That tends to startle them and spook them a bit.
But if they get used to it certain times of day, like on a time clock, they'll probably get fairly well used to it. But again,
and the other thing is with the amount of disturbance that they make on surface, it normally tends to shove all your food towards your skimmer as well. So it ends up pulling it all away when you do have a feeding time. So that is another downside to it.
Couple of minutes, Des. I'm just making sure.
Cheers, Zoe.
What?
Everybody goes real quiet, so we go on
listening.
To what?
The
stuffed crust pizza's ready.
Your voice travels like.
Thank you.
Oh, no, it's a skill. It's a skill, Vince.
It's called throwing your voice, isn't it?
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Fuck off.
There you go. You're all being told.
It's something to do with being a cockney, I reckon.
There we go. Evening, everyone. Watching this evening from the comforts of the bivvy. Comforts, all right. It might be a bit nippy, mate, but yeah, good luck. Tight lines, mate. Hope you get a run.
Yes, worldwide. This global.
Global.
Yeah.
Your voice goes global without the recording.
I don't.
Oh.
No.
Evening, Gareth. Yeah, thanks very much, Kelvin. Evening, mate. Gareth. Bastard's been calling me that for about 2 weeks now. Right then. So, unless there's any more of these, if you can, there we go. Yeah, I'd agree, Paul. If you can afford it, then treat to extra oxygen needed as sat weight and big fish. Love them. Small, not so keen. But yeah, if you can afford it, then bang them in, mate. I would say more is better than not having it. And you know, you can afford. I don't mean this in a rude way, mate, but I'm pretty sure you can afford to put it in, regardless one way or the other. So I would say fit them in. But if you're not happy or comfortable with it, if you've got the chance, the choice of switching between the one or the two, then you've got the best of both worlds, mate. But yeah. There are some downsides and there are some positives and negatives with them, but it's normally
that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah,
if there's one perfect way to have a koi pond, then we'd all have the same koi pond, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Done. No more questions then. Good night.
That's it. Good night. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Right then, let's get into one of these topics. We've got absolutely tons of them. Right, first one, and we'll go straight away. Don't worry, Crafty. When you're joining us, mate, we've got loads to go through, mate. So you can put your answers on a postcard and send them in, or you can stick it in comments if you want, mate. If you're hard working or if you're driving, wait till you get back on. But we'll go with the first one then. Can you overstock pond volume?
Well, Matt, Google did that, didn't it?
Shut up.
Doesn't make any sense.
Can you overstock a pond's volume?
By volume.
10,000 litre pond, can you overstock it? Yes.
No.
That's why I put it, because there is a yes and a no on it. Yes, if your filtration isn't capable of managing it, but if your filtration is, then no. You know, Marco's a good example of that, how he grows some monster fish in a relatively small pond.
Small space, yeah.
And a lot of them, but he has a lot of filtration on it.
Yeah.
I've got an email and I have to just consent by the morning and I don't know how.
Hang on. We're off.
Sorry.
Yeah, fine. You don't have to apologise. Your family home first before anything else.
Before fish.
Gaz, did you go for Howden's Kitchen? I'm going down to see him on Saturday, mate. We're going back in for round two. Right, let's go for that's not really a question related to this, but that's just something me and Lee have been talking about. We'll go back to that one then. So, what question? How much oxygen is used by bacteria in a biochamber? How much oxygen actually is there in the water returning to the pond? Well, it's less than what goes in. I can tell you that much. If you've not seen the video, what's that Dutch guy called? His channel. He does an in-depth sort of like experiment of going around and switches all his air off in his pond and leaves it for an hour and sees how much oxygen he's got in. And then he puts all his air pumps back on throughout the whole pond and the system. And he goes around and checks how much oxygen he's got within his oxygen content he's got within his water. And then he goes around and he checks each and every individual. He's got a trickle tower, a backy shower, and then a moving bed. And when he goes around and he checks every one of them, the moving bed uses, well, whatever, let's say if it was, I don't know, 50 litres of oxygen, that's it there. When it comes out of the other side of the moving bed, it's something like 42. And when it goes in through the backy shower and the trickle tower, all of them come out less than what the oxygen entered going into it. So it does, but how much? Couldn't tell you how much.
Yeah, because I'd seen that video, and my bit of confusion on it was, if, for example, I did ask the question back along, if I put my air into the pond or put it into the drum before it goes into the biological filter, would it make any difference?
Well, he has air within his biological filtration system, and he has the oxygen just coming in from the pond, which is oxygenated, goes into his trickle tower at the top and comes out at the bottom, less oxygen content than what was in the main pond. And he does the same with his backy shower, but then he goes to his moving bed chamber, which is oxygenated in there. And as it comes out of the other side, there's less there than what was being initially tested in the chamber. So it does use it.
Yeah, it definitely uses it. But the point was,
how much?
If I put my air into my pond and then it went through the drum and then into the backy, would it come out less than the pond?
Yes.
As opposed to putting it in at the drum.
Yes, no, he does it both ways. He tests the oxygen levels in his pond, and then he tests the oxygen levels as it's being pumped out of the pond over the shower, and returning is less than what is pumped out. So the oxygenated pond uses it, and it does the same. It does the same in the trickle tower, the backy shower. but then his biochamber's oxygenated in the chamber. He tests the chamber's water to see how much oxygen's in there. And then on the exit of it, when it comes back and returns to the pond, he tests it there and it's less again. So all three areas consume the oxygen throughout the nitrifying bacterial cycle or whatever.
Mathematically, if there's, say, you're pumping in air into it and it adds, keep it easy, 10 units of oxygen to the water's level, oxygen level. Does it really matter where you put that air stone in? Because your bacteria is only going to take out a required amount. Do you see what I'm saying? Whether you put it at the beginning or at the end, your oxygen's been put in by your pump, and your bacteria is only taking out the same amount each time anyway. So I don't see how it makes a difference. Do you see what I'm saying on that one? It's a bit hard one to explain.
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, but it does. It makes a difference where you're putting air into a system.
Yeah,
that I've missed quite a bit of it, but yeah, of course, there's a massive difference.
Why?
Well, if you put in your pond at 6 foot deep, or you put it into a filter at 2 foot deep, there's 3 times more going to be absorbed in the pond than there will be in the filter. Surface area over depth that it's going into will equate to more oxygen being absorbed. So if you imagine the contact time, the deeper you put it and the finer the bubble, the better the contact time, the more absorption you'll get. Oxygen doesn't absorb into water particularly well. So if you were to put the oxygen into a scenario where it's trapped or under pressure or whatever, there's different ways of doing it. So like a Venturi puts it in quite nicely because it fires it back down, gives it plenty of time to absorb, as opposed to an air stone with big bubbles that the air just comes straight out the top without being absorbed. If you put it into a shallow filter, you can run the same volume of pump and gain less absorption from that air than you would if you put it down deeper in your pond.
Yeah, but if you put it into, say, your drum, no, it wouldn't. Take that back.
The drum's only ever going to be 18 inches deep, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I was thinking the distance it had to travel before it got back to the pond, but it's not. It's already gone then.
No, that was Jonathan's just put in there. That destroys the theory of a backy shower adding O2 then.
The backy shower has loads of O2.
But backy shower needs to be classed as a backy shower, though. It needs to be running at 20,000 to over 20,000.
Yeah, but even any type of shower is going to add oxygen. You're mixing broken up water with air, so you're gonna always add oxygen, but in a solid body of water, you can only add it by aerating or through the surface of the water.
Have you not seen that video? That there's a Dutch gentleman. I've forgotten the name of the channel, and I know there'll be loads of people because I've actually put it on before. And he does a test of it. He tests the oxygen coming out of a backy shower from the volume from the oxygen that's been pumped. He's aerating his pond, his main pond, and he's got several air stones in and around it, big air discs in it, and he tests test it for the O2 levels in the main pond. And then he tests it as it comes out of the backy shower. When it comes out of the backy shower, it's less than what it was in the main pond before it went in.
Yeah, but there could be 2 reasons for that. In reality, so either the backy shower's done an amazing job in terms of removing waste, so the bacteria in it is consuming a lot of oxygen.
Yeah,
that's what it's smashing the water up to the point where you're degassed. So your oxygen level in the pond is so high because you're over aerating it, which is not a problem, but you're aerating it to the point of maximum saturation, and when you're putting it for a backy shower, you're smashing it, so the water is then degassing.
There's a good question there then, because that one's always asked a lot. Can you over aerate a pond?
No, not really, but you won't see anything in the pond. But if something's under pressure, so liquid under pressure will hold a lot more gas. Oh, no. My IT skills are legendary, mate.
So, well,
the TV.
It's in demand tonight, isn't it? Is anybody else seeing us glitching, or is it just my system? Is this looking smooth for you guys on YouTube, or are we getting like? Is it a bit glitchy? If not, if it's fine, I'm going to leave it because it's just my side. But if it's not, I might try to see if I can refresh it. Anyway, that was that one. It's okay there. Thank you very much. I'm sure Adam Julian did a video. Yeah, I've seen Adam Julio do a video on it. I know. Sure, I've seen that one too. But that Dutch guy, he goes into his is like a 2-hour video, and it goes right in depth of how important oxygen is in your pond because you've got way less than what you think you have, and how when a system switches down and how it goes off. Full Michael Jackson this end, Gaz. It's not bad. It's just you blinking, Gaz. Right, at least it's just my side because Matt keeps going and then Rick keeps disappearing the same way. But as long as it's not coming through that way to you, I think my router needs a restart. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll get one at some point. So smooth. Everybody says, looks okay. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. It's just Matt plays real good sleeping lions when I watch him on my side because he hasn't moved. There you go. Rick's back and he wasn't there 1 second and the next second he's there. I didn't even see him sit down. So that was well weird. Smooth criminal. I get you. Wicked. Just my end then. Never mind. Right then. Let's go on to
oxygen. We were talking about oxygen in water, weren't
yes.
we? So water will only contain X amount of oxygen. Yeah, depending on the temperature of the water, you can only get so much oxygen to be held in water or gases.
Yeah. You get to a certain point, that's the maximum.
It's under pressure or whatever, so you can have more oxygen in water, deeper water, colder water. And if you put it over a shower, A, the bacteria should be using the oxygen, but B, you can degas the water. So you can have water that's got more than 100% saturation of gases in it, because the gases can't get out. But when you put it over a shower, you degas it. So you can take out nitrogen, you can take out oxygen, carbon dioxide, whatever. So he could be testing his water. And the water going back through the backy shower back to the pond could be absolutely perfect. But it might contain less oxygen than the water in his pond if it's superly, crazily aerated. In the pond.
I'm gonna have to. I'll send you the link at some. Well, yeah, I'll send Matt the link, and Matt can have a watch of it. I'll find it again at some point, and I will have a rewatch of it.
But if you've got a heavy stock of fish and you're putting over a backy shower, and the bacteria in that shower are consuming a lot of oxygen to break down the ammonia and whatever, then of course that's doing its job, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what he said. It's expected to see. That's what he expected it to be like, to be using some. And don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, the figures that I said are just pulled out my ass. I mean, they might have only been point odd difference in them, but they were coming out less than what it was. But that's what he was expecting it to be, because otherwise it wouldn't be doing its job. That's what he said. I mean,
but the flip side of that is also aerating as it goes through it. So yeah, depending on where the saturation levels are, it will degas or absorb oxygen.
He was saying he was doing it to show how important it was, because when you get like when you've said, when your air stones or your system shuts down, you get a power cut or whatever. He was doing the whole thing was how quickly your pond can deoxygenate and how quickly your fish can end up in a lot of trouble. And he'd got all his systems and switched it all off. And in an hour, he monitored them and kept them. I'm sure it's like an hour or a half hour. He's monitoring them, and then the oxygen levels were just dropping, and they were dropping quite considerably in fast than what I expected to. But he did have a big pond, heavily stocked with big fish in it. There were a lot of big stuff in there. So it were interesting.
We didn't answer any questions there, did we?
When a fish is dying, does it release anything to the water that's going to create a
Hang about, you're adding questions on top of your questions.
Yeah.
Save these for next week. Don't peak too soon, Matt.
Yeah. That's what life said.
Oh my God.
But
But yeah, it releases its soul, Matt.
Yeah. The spirit.
No.
What's it supposed to? So, was that a serious question? Is it?
Yeah.
Releasing?
So when a fish starts to die, or when fish have died,
Does it have
Does
a
it-
time?
does it increase the knock-on effect as such to the other fish?
What? You totally changed that question, man. Right. First of all, when a fish starts to die, does it release anything into the pond? That then changed to when a fish starts to die, does that have a knock-on effect for other
You know what I'm
fish
trying to say?
in
So
the pond?
Does that dead fish pollute the water, or are we talking long term?
No, yeah, of course it pollutes the water. And when a fish is dying, it's excreting huge amounts of mucus.
There you go. That's the question I was asking.
Yeah, but you didn't,
I'm answering it, I'm asking it.
say that.
Yeah, basically, when a fish is dying, isn't it? So they're generally either secreting a huge amount of mucus through the gills, through the body, ammonia. They're starting to almost decompose as they die, aren't they? In not rot down and such, but their organs are working super hard to try and keep it alive. And normally they'd be secreting a lot of waste because of it. So yeah, it would have a knock-on effect.
So we to simplify it, Matt. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, let's go on to one of Rick's. Isn't that? I mean, I hope you noticed I did keep sneaking some cheeky ones in as well. After, I hope you'd look back now.
I did put a thing to anyone else comment, but then it's
I did add a few.
Sequence.
Organic waste in your filters, can it cause ulcers?
I'm
Matt,
not answering it, am I?
Oh, you asking me now? No. No,
I'm
technically.
reading them out. Unless you want to read them out, I'll answer them.
I would say no, because it's a bacteria, and the bacteria's got to be in the pond to create it. But if it was a ulcer caused by damage, potentially, maybe. I'm
Well,
stuck on that.
that would be an infection into a cut area, then, wouldn't it? That wouldn't necessarily be an ulcer.
An ulcer.
It would be infection, then, wouldn't it?
But I'd definitely say no. My answer.
It blows. So that was one I put in because the amount of people that have had problems with ulcers over the years, and the people that have supplied the fish have gone, it's because you got
Detritus in
too
your
much
pond.
detritus in your filters. Well, I didn't have ulcers before I put such and such a fish in there. Oh yeah, but it's to do with the organic load and you feel you've flushed someone out, and it's like, well, no, that's just. You can have bacterial problems through poor water quality or overstocking, but not
Ulcers.
those kind of issues don't manifest without them either being there or being introduced. It's just, and it's the same as, it's almost like saying, oh, you've got KHV in your pond. That virus only comes about when you've got dirty filters.
So
The virus can't appear just because you've got a dirty filter. A dirty filter is a natural mud pond. It's not.
But you can have bad bacteria harbored within detritus, muck, leaf matter, and such in a pond environment.
You can have bad bacteria harbored in any pond.
But it would only tend to get in there if a fish perhaps maybe knocked itself and then introduced that into its injury.
Yeah, but it's a natural environment will have aerobic areas, anaerobic. Just because it's anaerobic or dirty doesn't make it bad.
Yeah.
It's just one of those scenarios where if you've got unmaintained filter systems, so your water quality is probably crap, then you're going to have water quality issues and stress that lead the fish into problems, but they're not going to develop a problem. They're not going to suddenly develop KHV because you've got a bad filter. They'll develop every other parasite or every other issue that they're carrying that will overwhelm them. It's not something that can manifest because of water conditions. Water conditions will make something manifest that's already there that they suddenly become overwhelmed with because their immune system's dealing with poor water.
Look at Matt now, thinking.
It's stupid again.
No, I'm not. I'm preempting by reading your bloody questions.
Right then, so next one then. So that one, that's these. Like I said, guys, a lot of these are going to be.
But it's just tongue in cheek. It's just stuff you hear.
Some of them are a bit tongue in cheek, but some of them are genuine stuff that you see.
True.
On
I'm not
any
messing.
forum, or you get people asking you, or you get people ringing in and sending, calling into your establishment, asking like this one, for example. This koi has the potential in the right environment to get to 100 cm. True or false?
You hear that a hell of a lot. just
Matt tells you all these fish like that, don't you, Matt?
Yeah, or this fish, once that colour comes out, that's going to be a show winner.
What about when the sumi comes? When the sumi comes up?
Well, yeah, it will be a lot better fish than it was before. Again, so in reality terms, a fish that's going to go to a metre long has to come from genetics that can do that kind of size. B, just because of a parent fish or the parent fish are capable of doing that, only a small percentage of offspring will ever be capable of doing that with the right bone structure, the right potential. And C, very, very few people's ponds are capable. Or
even if it had that genetic structure.
No one pond in this country are capable of doing it. But from the 0.1% of people that have got heated environments that are so well filtered and well fed, so you're really, really pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
So if you were after one shag, and let's say
I know some very good ones, hand trained.
Marseille is the breeder from a male and a female. Female's 90, the male's 80 centimeters. Would you be wise in buying a Tosai, or would you better off waiting and buying a Nisai that you can actually see that it's got the genetics to actually?
But it comes stamped on its ass. You turn it over. Like
if you imagine, or you see it, guys, when you buy in a bunch of Tosai, you'll get some that grow. And some that will definitely stay. As pretty much as you can see others growing and doing well around them, and others that just don't seem to do anything. And those are the ones that you mean.
So, but if you were saying you want to grow a fish to a metre, and you said you're buying a fish from Marseille that the parents, female's 90 and the male's 80, you're in deep shit already.
Well, no, did I say a metre? I didn't say a metre. I just said big. But if you want to if you wanted to get it to its parent size, what would be the chances of you going and buying one Tosai at, say, 16 cm, and that becoming its parent in the ideal conditions?
Maybe 1%.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance?
That's what I'm saying. It's better to go and buy a Nisai that's at 50 cm.
That's a mover.
Because you know that it has potentially got the genetics there to go on.
But there's ultimately a difference there. So the breeder will grow the batch of chags on, wouldn't they? And there'll be a percentage that have got the body structure and growing really well that they'll grow for another year. And those fish will be way ahead of their siblings. So if you brought one of those that's already way ahead of its sibling, given the same conditions, then chances are that will be one of the fish that's going to make the same size as the parents or whatever. But if you're buying a box of, or buying a 16 centimeter Tosai when the rest of its siblings are 30 centimeters, you've already started on the back foot, haven't you?
Yeah, but the majority of people wouldn't actually know that its siblings are.
And this is from a jumbo line, and it will still grow rapidly. But one person's rapidly is different to another person's rapidly, isn't it? So I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Well, it's not a problem. The more knowledge you have, the better chances you will have of getting the fish you want. But then the guy that's buying a 16 centimeter Chagoi Tosai for £25 that wants to grow to a meter is living a hopeful dream, whereas the guy that's learnt a lot 2 years further down the line that knows buying that 35 centimeters at the same age from the same breeder, buying the biggest one with the right structure, is much more likely to fulfill his ambitions. But it's not.
Or what about the guy that says, you know what, I'm going to buy 50 of them at Fingerling at the price of what your guys are going to pay for your one at 30 cm, and take the 50 and get the gamble where he might get two or three to 85, 90, 100 cm.
But that's 100. Yeah, but then that's the fun of the fair. And if you can get hold of those fish at that time and point, go for it, didn't you? But you've also got to have the environment to be able to raise 50 for a bit, to be able to pick the ones that can do it, and then raise those few that can do it in an environment where they can achieve. You know, a big chag's got to be doing 2 centimeters a week for its growing period.
So if
you really to take a chag then, let's say 15 cm, to take that chag from 15 cm, average Tosai, isn't it, thereabouts, roughly. So to take a chag from 15 cm,
we've got to put your hand up here and say, how old's an average Tosai?
Right,
there's a big difference.
Well, yeah,
that's 6 months old.
An honest Tosai, to take an honest Tosai, 15 cm, to potential of getting it to 95, 100 cm, throughout that early peak growing stages, and you need to be hitting 2 cm a week to get that on target for when it gets to 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and that body size to be looking at like 65, 70 cm, to be able to get that fish growing in the right direction to hit that 100 cm mark. You've got to be getting that early growth into it. Is that what you're saying?
But yeah, basically, if you don't, how else are you going to do it? I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? If you're buying, when you're sent to, so if you're buying a 15 centimeter Chagoi at 6 months old, then that's an average size. But if you're buying it at 18 months old, at 15 centimeters,
you're behind on the curve already, aren't you?
So, because what size would Mausey's biggest Tosai this year's spawning be coming out the ponds at? The biggest? They'll probably be at 40 cm.
Well, I don't know.
But they're going to be up there, aren't they?
Not now. They're probably not, but they will be if they're kept over winter and grown.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's certain farms, not so much Marasay. Kanishi's one that does some monster fish, but we don't get them very often in this country anymore.
So, for example, the growing show with a difference. You had fish in that from 30, 35, yeah?
The biggest one, the one that won it was 40.
Right. So you've got so it's a six month old, isn't it? 6 month old fish eating 40 cm. That fish has got a potential to get some good body to it as long as that's maintained and the growth's continued with that fish as it was, still hitting through with all those peak points to get a decent size.
The difference with that is the genetics.
If its genetics would allow it.
Yeah, so that might hit 70 by the time it's 2.5 years old and then just run out of steam.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they will because they're not from
Good
massive parents, but they're from good bloodlines that do go massive. But that's the thing. You can
70 cm with the right body on it looks far bigger than 70 cm, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? They look
the way fish.
Your Karachis, Rick, that you had. Those two, your mother and daughter one. One of those was 90 something, wasn't it? 93 and 95.
Yeah, the biggest one was about 90. But obviously the parent, that was a Konishi line one. So the male parent was 90 plus. It was just, we got a shot of it. It was a nightmare to breed from.
Well, what age was that?
Quite old. That was probably 15 years old.
Oh,
but it was that big for a long time. And it just kind of, and that's the thing with koi is you can grow koi or you can keep koi. There's a big difference between a normal pond and a growing pond. And that's something we generally, but vast majority of us, certainly the brood, we're not growing them. They are literally almost in cold storage to be used.
Good evening from down under.
Good evening.
For some reason, mate, you're hanging off at ceiling.
What? I'm upside down.
You're upside down. That's why I said good evening from down under.
You're the right way to me. Hang on.
And you're the wrong side of the screen, mate.
There you go.
Has that changed anything?
Yeah, you're right now. Yeah, you're right to us anyway.
Oh, it's all back.
You're right
It's all fucking back to front on here.
Yeah, you are. Your ass around backwards as well.
It's always back.
Is
to
that
front.
saying the right word?
What twatty?
I don't normally use that word on here, but I will say cricket bat. Yeah, it does say cricket bat there, mate.
The right way now. Turn it back over.
Oh, I don't like it. I'm on my iPad. I'm on my iPad. I don't like it.
Your pad eye.
Yeah, I can't. Hang on.
Oh,
Can I see the comments?
There is no comments, mate.
Yeah, no.
Hang on. I might go off. Hang on a second.
I'll be back. Right then. Quick one from Sean Higgins here that says, evening. What do you think the maximum pond size would be what you would need to hold a 1 meter koi? 40k litres? Question. What does a 100 cm fish need literage wise? Let's say if you were going to have 3 or 4 of them, what kind of literage do you need for a fish of that size?
To hold them is not. You don't need, mate. It's not. It's different. That's what I'm just saying.
Well, that brings it. This is perfect because this brings us into one of yours again.
But to maintain a koi and grow a koi, different worlds, isn't they? Different worlds. So you could have 10 1 meter fish in a 40-ton pond, no bother. But they're not going to grow anymore. That is just literally to feed them and maintain them, as long as the filtration is adequate for what they're going to eat. But you're not growing those fish anymore. That's
it. Though. You literally just right. Well, that kind of brings us into one of Matt's ones as well. Look, where is it?
I've just changed houses. Where are you now?
I'm still in the office. I'm just using my Mac now instead.
Do koi only grow in relation to the size of their pond?
I love that question.
There's some good ones tonight, Craft. I'm telling you, mate.
I'll go first and say no.
You go. Well, I think they've actually proved this, haven't they? By growing not so much a koi, but they grew a mirror carp, didn't they? They grew carp in a tank, and the fish actually become almost box shaped. It actually grew to the size of the goddamn tank. It was massive. There were bugger all room left in it. It literally, and they expected it to stay at a certain size and stop, but it didn't. It just with the right diet, right filtration, the fish just kept on growing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We will. So if you go back about 10 years, Mike Snedden did a great article on growing big jumbo koi in small ponds. It's probably 20 years, 50, it's quite a while back. So he had a customer with a 1,000-gallon pond maybe, with RO water, massive filtration, heated, and grew five Go Sankey to like 80, 90 cm in an incredibly small environment. But it's a cheat that the fact that the amount of water they use, the quality of water, all the filtration, you're tricking the fish into believing they're in a much bigger environment.
Yeah. So giving it literally pristine conditions, top-notch quality
what's
food.
Going to stop them? I mean, what would stop them? There is.
What about stock density?
It's the same problem. At stock density is the hormones stuff they
food,
release. Is if you remove those, they don't know, do they? You go to a massive lake in France, and you might have 2,000 acres of water, and in 1 acre of the lake, 90% of the fish are all in a big group, buggering around, eating whatever. They're in a massively tight stock density, but the water's amazing because it's a massive lake. I don't feel that there's a big input unless the water quality deteriorates because of the stock density. which it would in most people's ponds, wouldn't it? At the end of the day, and at that point, yeah, of course you're gonna inhibit stuff.
So then, Rick, if you had a 6,000 litre pond and you did a 600 litre water change once a week, would it have the same yes answer to it, that you would grow the fish that size?
It depends on what point you get to, doesn't it?
Can you what? Right, he asks a question and then answers it himself before he's even finished his question.
No, because surely it's down to the filtration, the amount of water change that you do in the pond.
Yeah, 100%. But a 10% water change, the problem with doing a percentage water change that's quite small is in reality you're not taking away 10% of all the pollutants. Every time you take away 10%, those pollutants go through the water column. The next time you take away 10%, you're not actually taking away 10% of the pollutants, because they've now. So if you did once a fortnight, did a 75% water change, would be better than trickle in, trickle out, or whatever. I know it's not necessarily the way it should be, but you're much better removing, go extreme, 90% of the water once a month than doing a 10% a week.
Come on, guys, that leads on to another question.
It does. Look, I don't want. You done this.
Leads on to two.
Right. So one thing I like to tell people is, you put a whale in a bath, a whale's still a whale, right? Still going to grow into a whale, isn't it? But it's how you keep the. It's the same thing. You put a small whale in a bath, right? That whale's not going to. It's obviously going to die, isn't it? I mean, but you know, in layman's terms, you put a whale in a bath, it still turns into a whale, right? As long as you keep it in a good environment, you can achieve great results. A lot of people that show koi actually don't have all these big fucking gigantic ponds that people think they do, right? Especially some of the big fish. I know that one person has got like a 2,000 gallon pond, and they often produce 70 to 80 cm koi that are well bodied up. It's how you look
in that real small environment, which is.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince has done it though, hasn't it? Vince has produced fish. I mean, yeah, one that I had quite recently, I just lost from him, but he produced nearly 80 odd fish at first in that time in that tank, Vince. And even Adam Bayer were like, "How the hell are you growing these fish that big in such a small environment?" And that was purely through good food, water change, and he was daily water changing it to 86. Yeah, I knew it was something. I knew it were a lot, Vince. But that was a small ass environment, but the fish were still banging on body and banging on size and growing. Rick,
but
quick.
You're changing. That's the thing, isn't it? That it's not 100-gallon tank or 1,000-gallon tank, because you're replacing so much. It might as well be.
Yeah. So technically, you're increasing the literage because you're constantly replacing it, replenishing it regular.
Yeah.
So you're tricking them into believing that they're in a bigger environment, so to speak.
Kind of, but there is down. You get to a certain point and you can't do it. You could grow a fish to 50 centimeters in a 100-gallon tank or whatever. It's ridiculous, but once you start going beyond a certain size, the equation starts getting a lot more difficult, because the sheer amount of food a bigger fish needs and the amount of waste they produce, it's not quite so easy.
Yeah.
You know, but there is that hormone that is produced through fish as well that slows growth.
That's I've spoke about it. Well, I'm sure I've asked this before, but when you were talking about this, I wanted to. Is it true that torsai do produce a hormone that stunts other fish's growth around them as they're growing?
Why is it only tosa?
I don't know.
Fish in general.
Is it throughout their entire life that they do that? Then they're not just. It's not just as a younger stage. It's throughout.
Pheromones, yeah, Mark.
Yeah, pheromones, man.
Well, that's to let everyone know in the environment how busy the environment is, isn't it? So if you take those pheromones out with ozone, take those pheromones with RO water. If you take those pheromones out with sterilising UBC,
so
by water changing, you trick that suddenly those fish. It's busy, but it doesn't smell busy. Crack on.
So that's a big. Well, there you go, Vince. I mean, I know that's one thing you were doing. I don't know if you knew that was the reason. I don't know if that was the reason behind what you were actually doing it, but yeah, that would be the reason as to why you could make a difference. Yes, this environment's busy. There's lots of us in here, but chemically wise, or the makeup of the water, chemicals.
It is a chemical that
is sweet, guys. Let's just keep growing, kind of thing. Then, so they just keep going, and you can keep doing that. So the more regular water changes you do in a growing point of the fish, the more you'll be able to increase that closer to that 2 centimeter a week by doing that. Then
only if you've got the right water quality source and the right temperature
to be able to replenish it with,
and the right filtration to take out the waste and the right food going in. It's not.
Yeah, no, but these are element. I mean, that's an important element, isn't it? If you've got the right water conditions and you've got good filtration and you're not changing that water enough to get rid of that chemical, those fish could top out at a certain size or a certain stage if you didn't do that. Then I guess obviously.
Yeah, but this is where it gets.
They'll still grow, but just not as much as what you could potentially get.
But you could put complete pond detox in that binds up those hormones and drops them out and filters them out, or a type of clay that does the similar.
Do you heat your polytunnels, Rick?
No.
No. Sorry, that was a quick easy one. It was there for a while. Sorry.
What temperature will your ponds be in the polytunnel in the bleak of winter?
They're all at 10 degrees, the water temperature today when it was cold, without any heat, we're all about 10, with heat about 20.
And it will stay at 10, will it? And it will stay at 10 all the way through the year.
Yeah.
Not the year.
Basically, you gain, so when we're freezing outside, you gain, in the right tunnels, you gain about 10 degrees with no heat. Bar natural heat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Vince has given us another little rhyme there. Nice one, Vince. But isn't dilution the solution with pollution?
No, it's the gene pool we need to dilute, mate. But yeah, it is if you've got good water. But this is the thing: if you've got to use the shit tap water, where are you going with it? You compound one problem with another. If you've got amazing borehole water, Mr. Matt, that's got amazing borehole water that you just nicks out the ground, then prime example, me and Matt come back from Japan with our fish, blah, blah. I've had to put mine in a system with 0 water changes, and Matt's gone into systems where he's opened the valve and and it's a different scenario. So he's going, yeah, mine are flying along. And I'm like, oh, I'm struggling a little bit because mine are in little paddling pools and no fresh water. If you've got good water and you can get the temperature up, then use it, wouldn't you?
Sean says there the hormones stop spawning so their environment doesn't become too competitive and become overstocked.
I should hit the shit button of the week there.
Is it?
Jesus Christ.
Is it? Can we do it? We haven't had that one for ages.
That's the best ones I've ever known.
Now that's what I call bullshit statement of the week.
Mate,
Yes!
made me fucking cough then.
The problem is the hormones won't. You imagine how many overstocked ponds there are that the fish spawn in when you give them any indication of show back. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm going to get you another one. Now that's what I call bullshit statement of the week. Just because we haven't had it for a while, but there you go, Sean. Rick, yeah, kind of.
The whole point of the environment, they always become overstocked, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, I thought when I read that, because I've kept Lake Malawi cichlids, and goddamn, them things would literally breed till there was no more water left in tank other than just cichlids. Them things just go every 28 days. They're just firing young out, constant. They're the most randiest tropical fish I've ever known.
Yeah, basically they will spawn until the environment's so full of their beings. So there's things in a normal environment. You've got roach, tench, carp, you got whatever, and they're all trying to be the big boss in the town, and they're all spawning as quick as they can.
Yeah.
Because it's just a competitive nature, isn't it? So, but what happens is when you've got lots of them, they don't grow. That's the thing.
You get lots of numbers, but smaller stocked fish.
Yeah, we've only got to
Because
look
less
at carp.
food,
You've got to look at
less-
any carp in the world, isn't it? If you've got lots of them in a normal environment, they're small. If you've got a few in a really good environment, they grow massive.
That's why you've got big.
What do the Japanese do?
Yours, then, Rick.
They create a nice big mud pond, clean it out, lovely jubbly, get it ready, and put. Oh, here's our 20 best fish. We put them in there. We don't want any males in there. We don't want them spawning. We don't want any other competition for food. They're going to go in there and get the best of it, and they come out
monsters
because
they
there
just
is
never
only
come
20
out.
fish eating whatever, and that's where we interfere with nature, reality, whatever you want to call it. That's what you do, isn't it? That's the only way you can achieve the fish.
Many times.
Who swore on our language? No.
We always do. Evening, Paul. So there we go. But yeah, tongue in cheek, mate. Tongue in cheek. But yes, there we go. There's another one.
That's a statement. That's the kind of statement you hear that they won't. But it's just not true, is it?
So I mean, Matt, a water change is bad for your fish.
In my case, no, definitely not.
That's for his neighbours that have got no water in their taps.
As long as the water's been.
Oh, what about this one then? What about this one? Now this is a little. Keeping koi helps with depression and anxiety. True or false?
I've seen this. I've seen
True or false?
Well,
it helps with it. It depends what helps means, though, doesn't it? Does it help you become
Cause
depressed
anxiety, couldn't it?
and cause anxiety sometimes? Does it help you relieve from it sometimes?
Yeah, anxiety and depression is caused by focusing, or not caused by, in some cases, caused by focusing on one issue. If you've got a lot of fucking issues, excuse the language, as in
Swear pot.
if you've got a lot of issues, if you've got a lot of issues and you're concentrating on something else, that is good for your mental brain.
Yeah, it takes you away.
From Matt here, right? So if you've got a lot of shit going on in your life, you're bound to be a lot happier than
you give yourself a lot more complicated shit to look after.
Matt doesn't have to worry about Pam's birthday because he's got too much other shit going on to deal with that.
Have I missed it?
Oh,
You always do, mate. I sent her a box of roses. It's all right.
Yeah, you would do as well.
There we go. I think that depends heavily on the people you may have or may not have around you.
I think that's true as well, but it depends on who you trust for your information. I mean, again, we've said it time and time again. It's like you can read so much shit on the internet. You know, it's about where you get your source from.
Marco says I'm fake then.
He went to see Father Christmas yesterday.
Never a truer statement. What? I can't even imagine that.
What, Michael going to see Father Christmas?
I bet that should have been filmed.
He sat on his lap and everything.
Oh, dear.
What about this one then? Just built my pond and filled it up. When can I add fish, or do I need to wait for it to start to mature?
It's not going to mature.
I was going to add one underneath that, but I will add it to it at the end of it.
Again, all right, Rick's probably going to disagree with me on certain parts.
What? Just because?
Because I know you'd say throw the fuckers in straight away, see what happens, right? But right, rule of thumb, save things first. Advice would be keep it running for a week, right? Check for leaks, etc. Let it gas off for a week, and then add some sacrificial fish. Make sure they don't turn upside down. Right, no, it's fucking true, man. Let's be Like the ones you don't like, put in
Do you-
first.
do you have a
I was
department?
agreeing with you right till then.
Does
Right?
anybody have a department at their establishment saying
Sacrificial
fish?
Right, let's face it, we all buy a fucking fish, right? And it looks great when you get it, and then over time the sumi falls off, Gaz, right? Don't we? Right? And then over time you think, don't like
That's
that
a sacrificial fish now, isn't it?
That now becomes a sacrificial fish. Put them in,
Yeah.
and,
That's my
like,
test fish now.
test it off, a couple of days later, put it in, and then
Yeah.
manage your water.
Can you imagine walking into pets at home and saying, "Can I have some sacrificial fish, please?"
Just for the altar in the bedroom.
Well, it's a little bit, let's be transparent on it, man. It's like if you come into the shop and said that, I'll tell you exactly the same thing.
Plenty of them over there.
I agree with you, Crafty, right up until the point of the sacrificial fish, right? And you know,
is that
at that
because
point-
you feel sorry for
No,
him?
And I knew he'd disagree with that.
Yeah, but he give
at the
away a
point where you've got a sacrificial fish, what do you buy? A cheap, nasty, ghosty, or an ugly mother that you chuck in there. That fish is going to live forever and never be able to remove from that pond because everyone's fallen in love with
And you've been out
one-eyed Gilbert.
and you've been there and bought the cheapest,
Mr. Kilgill.
and it's the cheapest,
One in
ugliest
there
fish from
and
the local
enjoy it.
garden centre, and it's got every bacteria strain going in it that you don't want to be introducing to your pond.
You want to
You're twisting the narrative, aren't you? You're twisting the narrative.
He's a double-eyed bastard.
You're fucking twisting it. It's not it's like,
Good one in
don't-
there.
no, don't put a good one in because if it goes cheap,
Put a good one in there.
you fucking lost
Put a good one
one.
in. Yeah, waste your money. Go on, buy another.
Always put a good one in there. A, because you want to know a good one's going to survive, and B,
No, that's the
one
only
you put in your
reason.
pond.
No, that's the only reason. Put the sacrificial fish in, right, that you don't mind losing if it goes wrong. If it doesn't go wrong, right, then put your good ones in.
Sacrificial fish, just because it's an ugly bastard, it might just
Yeah,
look
that's what-
shit, but it might be double hard and nothing.
You
Not
don't
going to show
want a
you
double
anything.
hard one.
I know
You
that's
want
what I'm
the
saying. That's
softer
what I'm
stuff.
saying. You want a softer one that's a bit, bit.
But
a bit
you
on the
don't
edge,
know,
a bit-
do you?
a bit flaky, so that it goes in
No,
there and goes.
but put,
Oh,
put one in you don't mind losing first.
No.
well, if you
Yes.
just
Don't
borrow
put a
somebody
shit one
else's,
in
then,
because you're
don't
going
you?
to put in a cheap shit from somewhere that's got all sorts of issues. Buy one
And
from
you-
the source.
If,
you want
no,
to buy from
no, but
and buy a
right,
good one.
okay. Let me rewind because I might be missing the stuff. Right, for me, all right. If you've already got koi and you've updated a pond, you've got your koi in a separate tank.
You just
somewhere.
think about whoa.
That's
You're
what I'm
changing the
saying.
question
I
now.
would, no, I'm
Twisting
not.
it.
It's still a sacrificial
You're
koi.
putting it,
Right.
shaping it to what you want.
Right,
Oh yeah,
if
see,
you do a new pond, then you spend wisely. You still put in what you like, right? But you don't go super expensive straight off the bat.
Everyone out there building a pond, do not chuck in a goldfish or two
No,
just to see if they
because
live.
they will live in a shit water.
yeah, because
Like,
they
And
they
they
will
will
live.
breed.
They will live in a puddle.
Mate. It's amazing,
Right.
isn't it?
On top of that, then, right, fish in, fish out cycle, as in, is that even a thing? Can you cycle a pond without fishing it?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, of course you
You can
can.
buy something called urea.
You what?
Pee in it.
No, you buy something called urea that
Yeah.
you can use.
Which is basically an ammonia-based product.
So you can use it to de-sticky koi eggs, or you can use it as an ammonia source to make a pond believe, or the bacteria work as if there's fish in there. Or you can pee in it.
It goes.
Or apparently you can put sausages in there. I'm not sure about that one so much.
Then what about the other one? There's one that's just been put up here as well. Seen some.
But yeah, you can buy crystal urea, which is part of the ringer solution. You can de-sticky koi
And
eggs.
blue.
And blue.
Is that the Fijis?
Where's the one I just seen? I just seen somebody's put in there with Jonathan. I'm sure it was. Oh, there.
So how much do you use?
And he is worth.
Fucking hell.
How much do you use?
How much
In order
bike?
to seed a pond and then know when your fish go in, you've seeded your pond, so then happily go through it.
Oh, sorry.
As if they've always
You
been.
record your ammonia level because you know what the ammonia level is going to be.
I'm reading the question and I'm
I'm not on about that question.
Captain's still on about the last one.
No,
How much,
How much do you use what?
urea
Sorry.
would you use to, let's say, 5,000 gallon pond? How much urea would you need to cycle that?
So if you're
God
working
knows.
on the weight of fish in there, so if you had 10 kilo koi in there that were producing 5 milligrams per litre or 5 milligrams per kilo of fish, then you'd use 25 milligram. What it's the same. You can work it out, but
You can
I'm
work
not
it
saying
out.
do it. It's a lot easier just to put a couple of fish in and get going.
Thank you. That's what I was getting
Sacrificial
to.
ones. Or not?
No,
Sacrificial
good ones.
fish.
Always put good ones in. Never put sacrificial ones in.
Never buy a sacrificial fish from.
Don't buy a cheap one from me. Go and see Crafty. Buy a dear one. If it
I wanna
kills over,
sit
it's his
my
fault. Can you see
Crafty.
me?
A
Fair,
pond of
fair.
perfect aquatics with sacrificial fish on it.
He's got a tank in bottom left corner.
No. I'm on about people that have already got their own koi. That's what I said. Use Gaz as the example. It's like if you haven't got any koi, you've got to put fish in that you like, right? But if you've already got your koi, then you put the ones in you don't mind losing first to make sure there's no problems.
Well, going from that one that you just mentioned there as Gaz's fish that's lost its Benny, here we go. Jonathan, does using bicarb to buffer up make your koi lose their colour? A statement I recently heard.
Where from?
All right, it's not incrimination.
Oh, well, I know where from. No, because then I'll look into it. It's not something I've ever heard of.
Well, I can say the amount of fish that I've got in my pond that haven't lost Benny, but the one that has,
was a Goshki Sankey, and that's just
which are quite prone to doing so. So, I've been buffering up in mine for 3 years.
Can I answer this one as like a
Yes.
Let's go in, right? So at the end of the day, if you're having to use bicarb to buffer your water, then you'd lose a lot more than the colour of your fish without it, because you'd be dead fish. So I'd rather.
Fish. Yeah. So
I've never known it cause problems to Benny or colour, but if you don't use it, I've known it to have people lose a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Because if the pH drops and the filters all go to shit, you're in a world of hurt. So
different koi dealers have said it.
Okay. That's cool. I'd ask where they get that knowledge from, personally. I don't know. It's like, for me, using a bicarb because your water parameters are not in the right place to keep koi, right? So it's a product required in order for you to keep your fish alive, basically. I can't see how that would make fish lose colour. But I'll do a bit of digging in that, and
it'd be interesting.
Yeah,
let us know what you find.
They may be correct, and it may be something I've never heard of. But I'll do a bit of digging and see what they say.
What about this one then?
Well, we're still on this one, guys. So you can come back.
I'm sorry.
You can softer water is better for keeping Benny.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Is it? Well, is it? We don't know. It's one of those. Again, do we?
Well, it produces better skin quality, and Benny tends to hold stronger in the softer water than it does a harder water. That's what we're seeing up and down the UK.
Here we
we're
go.
in that world. So when you use the sodium bicarb, you're increasing the KH, you're increasing the GH. So you're going into
softer, harder water.
And less Benny. We're generally always talking about Sumi and Benny.
Yeah.
Other colours never get mentioned, really, do they? But
no, they don't.
So there could be context behind that, but if you're having to use sodium bicarb to keep the water stable and keep the filters running, it's got to be better to keep your fish alive than worrying about a Benny drop off and kill them.
Well, that kind of ties in now to one that you put in and another one that you put in and something that I've got to show it. Yeah. Goshkis go darker in harder water.
Do they?
Well, interesting you should ask. Here we go. This is, and thank you very much, Kev, for providing me with this evening's. I thought we, as it would just so happens, Rick, that I was reading out some of your stuff that you'd put in to Kev, and he says, "Well, actually, guys, this is going to be quite beneficial for you to show everybody, and everybody get a chance to see." If you look here, we've got the Goshki, which we photographed up yesterday. And these are literally straight out of the mud pond. That's as they were, bought from the mud pond, brought in, and then put into the breeders, and then from there straight into a bowl. Literally, that's how they came out of the mud pond, pretty much within hours of. So that's how
that's at Aoki.
Yes. So that's how they looked, and then we've got the same one, so you can see it there as a still. Fishing question is F that we're going to be looking at.
Is that soldier?
Yeah.
I thought it had.
And this is the difference within 2 weeks of being back here in the UK waters. So we've now gone from looking, can I get these bollocks? So we can see them side by side. We've gone from being as light as that to as dark as that within 2.5 weeks of being back over here in UK water.
Okay.
And we've got a little video of it so we can see how much of a difference the sumi's come up being in harder water.
Yeah, you said it there, didn't you? Is it harder
What's the water in Japan, and ours is harder over here, I'm guessing, surely, to make that much of a difference.
Don't be guessing.
Well, I don't know because I've never.
Okay, well, I could counteract that because I also have a Ginrin Goshki that has not gone anywhere near as dark as that, and it's been in UK water for 9 months.
Do you know what your KH was at? Because ours, in that all our ponds, are at 6.
Yeah, well, so a little bit higher.
So Rick, on the Kanagoski that you bought, are they all the same darkness? No, exactly.
No.
And I got the same. So I've got some that are just showing Benny, and that's more or less it. But you'll see the underlining that you can see they are the Goshki. And other ones that are darker than that again.
We've got about 20 or so, and all of them are darkening up like that.
Yeah, but you've got to appreciate this. So those fish are coming out from mud ponds. So you've got turbid water, hot water when they're coming from the mud ponds to clear colder water.
Yeah.
So it's not
White
necessarily
conditions.
what I'm saying what develops the Goshki background is nothing to do with water hardness, it's much more to do with temperature.
Oh. Right.
If you're thinking of an Ochiba, if you put it through summer, they go super dark. And you put it through winter, they go super light.
So then this would switch into your other one there that it says Sumi develops better in colder water.
People say that, but I don't believe
Does it?
Well, no, I don't personally agree.
Or
with
is it because your water tends to be, when it's colder and cooler, tends to be getting fed less organic waste in there, so the water looks clearer, so your fish look brighter and crisper?
I don't know.
No one listens to this.
Oh, about that one.
Rich,
Go on, Cap, go on.
Do your
I'm not
breeding?
going to repeat myself.
Go on.
Do your brood stock Shiros not show a better Sumi in the springtime?
No, they don't change. They are what they are.
Go on, Kraft. Come on.
There's lots of things that bring Sumi out, and there's a reason why Sumi tends to show itself more in colder waters. It comes down to lots of different balances with pathogens in the water for a start. On top of that, water temperatures is nothing to do with it. That's just a coincidence with regards to you get less light and cooler waters in natural pond if you're unheated. Right? The actual what's happening in the water helps. The other thing that people don't do is they don't realise that things like silicon-based clay, like the Batter Plus stuff, that also enhances sumi development. There's, you know, so even in the sun, if you shaded off your area, like shaded off a part of your pond, right, you would find that the sumi development in shaded areas would also increase. I've got a bit somewhere that from research and a little article that I've written myself. I'll pull that up and I'll go into things in a lot more detail. But it's not cold water that does it. It's what happens as an effect of cold water that creates more sumi development. You can recreate that in your own fish, in your own ponds. Come on, boy! I'm up, what?
So right, pop it out. But yeah, so in my head, sumi development has got there's so many points to it, but
let me see if I can.
What the fish see is got a massive point to it. So if you've got a fish that's missing an eye, it will have far better sumi than if it's not missing an eye on a particular side of the fish, and that comes through to the background. The carp change their colours, so poor sumi changes to the background, but good sumi is good sumi. But there's some weird stuff going on.
So are you telling me that my one-eyed fish is going to be an absolute cracker with a sumi?
Only on one side. But no, it's the mix. You know, people hear someone say, "Oh, sumi develops great in cold water," and yes, there might be aspects of something that's true, but in reality, cold water tends to be clearer. Cold water tends to be less food. Cold water tends to be less growth. And in reality, nothing really happens. For 6 months, fish are sat in cold water. Well, they sort of all consolidate and just sit there, don't they? But in reality, that's
shaded tanks increases or enhances sumi. Low TDS, less than 100 parts per million, increases sumi. Clay, silicon base, used 2 to 3 times a week.
TDS. You're in a deep, you've gone in a minefield.
Or greater than 100 ppm, sorry, not less than. Cooler water, 18 to 20 degrees, because of what Rick was just saying, and high quality spirulina early in conditioning.
Marek said there.
And that's just bullet pointed. I've done quite a lot more in that with my own research that I do, because I'm.
Marek says there, my logic tells me bicarb has many uses, including very potent cleaning agent, but you would really have to overdose it and expect fish losses because the pH would go through the roof. But bicarb only has a pH of 8.3 to 8.4. That's its max.
Yeah, but it's the swing.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's the pH stop gas.
Yeah.
It's how rapidly that changes.
Yeah.
Which causes a massive stress effect in the fish. Right.
It's something that needs to be increased stable and bringing it up slowly, not something you want to be doing. But I think I'm right in saying, and I've had this discussion with 1 or 2 people. No matter how much you put in, you can put a glass of bicarb and just add a content of water and test it with a pH, and it's 8.4 max. Don't matter how much you put in, it tops out at 8.4. That's it. That's its pH level.
That's true.
That's the periodic table. It's science. It's a fact.
I've just been looking through certain literature, right? Bicarb, right? So what I'm seeing is early stages. Sodium bicarbonate raises the KH, increases KH, which improves pH stability by buffering the acids produced in the pond, right? Obvious. That's why we do it. Bicarb will not bleach, strip, or chemically damage any pigmentation such as beni, sumi, or shiroji in koi. However, colour loss occurring after adding bicarb is usually due to secondary mechanism. For example, KH is raised too quickly, and the pH can shift.
Mass swing.
Is what I was just saying. So acute pH shock stretches koi and may cause dulling in koi, colour, washed out beni, raised scales, or even lethargy. right? This is stress induced, not bicarb induced. So overstabilized
That's
pH.
from going from mass swings from, let's say, a pH of, or a KH of, should I say, of 2, and then taking it wham straight up to 8.3.
Yeah, overdosing on your pH to create that massive swing so quickly. That is what you're creating in a water change that creates it, not the bicarb per se.
Yeah.
There you go. So I think that the literature speaks sense.
I'll let Carl know not to put so much in.
A Sankey with Sumi on the head becomes a shower.
No, it doesn't.
These,
It's a myth.
these are,
It's a myth.
these are
Brad.
questions, I should say, true or false.
Oh, okay, false.
I should add maybe I'll add a little
If
bit.
it's got Sumi under the lateral line, is it still false?
Yes.
They can't change, mate. It's not a changeable thing, is it?
So right. You have to understand Sumi development in the fish. You get Sumi development lateral, head to tail, right? Or Sumi development belly to dorsal. So you either get a rapt effect or a linear effect.
Linear being
linear.
Sankey.
Yeah, always
Rapt
be linear.
effect being
Rapt effect is shower.
shower. What happens if you've got that but no you've got the rapt effect but no Sumi on the head and no Sumi on the
Right, here you go. Right, here you go.
What would
So
you class as that?
Kamen Ryu, Deutz Kamen Ryu, Deutz Shiro. All right, so that is how you will see linear style development.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah.
Versus a shower style.
Wrapped around style from a Shuro.
All right, so that's, you strip back the red and the white base and the black base and all that bullshit. You look at how Sumi develops.
In its position along the length of the body, one way or the other.
Yeah.
But they're both black-based fish.
Mate, don't complicate. I'm trying to simplify it. All right, it's the understanding on that, but ignore the basis because so many people don't need to even understand black, white, pink, red, or green based fucking fish. They need to know what the overall look is. And you can't necessarily strip it back to see what the base is all of the time.
So come on, Crab. So why does the shower with all 3 colours on the head? It's almost has to be to look good, and yet a Sankey's not allowed all 3. That's just racist to me.
That's just the variety, and it's like I had a really nice Sankey that actually had black in its head, and it raised so much debate.
Oh God, damn it!
What becomes a Sankey and what's a shower?
Mid-drink.
But ultimately, you're quite right. Why does it? And that's like, I don't know the answer to that.
Just suits, doesn't it?
Does that make it racist on the shower or Sankey? Oh damn! It'll warn me before you say something like that mid-drink. Right.
Anyway,
So
Sankey are better than shower.
I agree.
I agree, but years ago I wouldn't have done, mate. I really wouldn't. I would have been opposite. But I tend to agree with you now. For all those that might have just joined us, these are what we're doing this Thursday evening. It's coin myths, nonsense, or actual facts. And we're going through a whole... I've been asking Matt. Didn't ask Rick, because Rick always... he doesn't necessarily
I just turn up, man, and put stuff in.
So I've been asking him for weeks for some topics, and boy, did they bring some topics up tonight!
I'll tell you what a great one.
Yeah, this is and they probably won't get through all these.
Did Matt get one in the back line?
Don't have to do them all in one night, mate.
You've got one in the back liners.
He did. Is a flatliner cheaper than a box liner?
Who could answer that?
Well, let's go to our specialist, Matt Howie Coy-Dorset.
No, in most cases, a box liner is actually cheaper than buying a flat liner. So why would you want to put a liner in a pond and have all the folds when you can buy a box liner with no folds?
Unless you've got a round pond.
Can you do a Boxwell liner for a rat? Not a box.
Yeah.
That was the start. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to finish that question because that was
I've
stupid.
literally
Can you
just-
put a Boxwell liner in a round pond? Won't be a box.
Yeah,
then, will it?
I've actually just done one. It's a figure of an 8. The outside
So
of an
how?
8.
So how would that be? What would that be called then? Because it wouldn't be a Boxwell liner. It'd be a
Round.
something weld liner. Figure of 8 weld liner.
The box doesn't have to be round, square, does it?
I think that's what determines a box being square. I mean, that's why I stopped saying what I was
It'd
saying.
be rectangular.
No, that would be a rectangle, wouldn't it?
No, it's a box.
A box is a cuboid.
So if you went into a posh hat shop,
Yeah,
and they
yes.
gave you a box to put your hat in, it'll be
Why
a-
am I even going to a posh hat? When have you ever seen me wear a fucking hat?
What if you
I
get
don't
a
mind a
clown,
posh one.
what if you get like a clown's hat though that's sort of like got bits going all over, like a jester's hat? Would you still get a box?
Yeah, probably.
Would
How
it be-
often do you go into a posh box hat shop?
Twice a year.
Oh, weddings and funerals, yeah? Is that what you're saying?
No, races. You got to wear a hat to the races.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
races. But it's a box, not a box.
What do they call that thing when you play cricket that you put down the shorts?
Box.
The
A
box.
box. A cricket
What
box.
shape, what shape is that? Because that
It's-
ain't square.
Oh, my God.
But a round pond's got to be easier to do as a box weld liner than anything.
Nah, it is, but the hardest bit's the flange around the top. Because you've actually got to cut a circle to fix it onto the top.
Yeah.
Online only, mate. Unless it's a koi voucher.
Oh, my God, man. Right.
Oh,
Is
I ain't got any
So
sound.
apparently, so I still don't get how a box weld liner.
Did you hear me?
Just a liner.
yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
Because you got no waste.
Why, we're not supposed to be here.
The biggest cost of the liner,
Yeah.
the biggest cost of the liner is the actual material.
We can hear you.
Wasted. It's not wasted at all with a box.
Kath,
There you go.
we can hear you.
I couldn't hear you, man. That was fucking weird. I felt like I was on another world.
You are crafty.
Well, I got the
In your face, you look kind of shocked. Right then, let's go. About
online only. The answer was, in case you didn't hear it. No, there's
online
two.
only.
It's a little bit easy, nice crafty. Can I use my vouchers in store from the online comp with Lee? Give the store a ring tomorrow, mate, and then we'll find out what comp you entered, what prize you got, and where you can use that. I think that's the best bet. Otherwise, I might give you nothing for.
Just type in BioBulls1 and get a 50% discount.
But hang about, Matt. Sean says, after watching your masterclass on pod lining, guys, don't see the point in box welds.
Such a fucking
They're
ass,
cheaper.
mate. You had more folds than soft mick.
There we go. Right then, next one. Is algae bad for your ponds?
Why are you picking on all my questions?
They're the best
You
one.
put more. I'm going back. I'm going through both of them. I done 3 of Rick's, now doing 3 of yours.
I know the answer to this.
I didn't get asked this question.
You're
Crafty, you can answer it. then.
Is algae bad for your ponds craft?
That's no. I mean, how come I haven't been asked to provide some questions?
I said it last week. Bring some topics to the
Because I
table. James.
might have been driving.
Oh, that's
home.
because you left early.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've got a life.
Don't worry,
Left
Crafty.
late, left early.
I'll tell you what, next week can be a crafty night. A night of crafty's questions.
Crafty.
No.
You've got 20 to catch up on, crap. Geez, some crap questions. Mr. Tate, feel free to put some in a poster section for you all to do it every week.
Is that Alan Tate?
For being a specialist member, a seasoned pro of the GKP's koi community, it'd be nice if you did contribute.
I don't know if that's Alan Tate. I haven't seen him come up with that username before.
Yeah, everybody's has got a number. Look, everybody's has got a number at the side of them for some reason. Alan J. Biggs 786. So unless something's different's changed, because Simon's has got one, and he's not say that either.
White Rabbit, I like it.
It's where you rank them in your likability.
So what do you reckon? Is algae bad for your ponds?
What sort of algae?
Green.
I don't know, the questionnaire didn't specify. I mean, it is me, Crafty, like the fake Alan Tate wouldn't say that.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't believe that because he'd never put that, would he?
There has been some fake IDs knocking about, so
Yeah, that's
just
right.
making sure. It depends what you're looking at, doesn't it? In what? Right, is algae bad? But it depends. There's so many variables to that question, mate.
Let's go. I'll give you one variable then. So
Okay,
green
no.
water. Green water.
Green water. Is green water bad for his ponds then?
No,
Is there any benefits?
there's
No.
lots of benefits, but there's also
Well,
some not so good benefits.
So Crafty, I'm laughing at Rick's.
Yeah, because it's one worders. Yeah. Is there any benefits to green water, Rick?
Yeah, if you want to grow algae,
What about to fish?
no.
Matt,
I disagree with that.
there's no benefits to green water for koi apart from, well, you're saying no, but apart from predators make it harder for them to be able to see them. That's a benefit, surely.
So does a net, or a screen, or a lid.
No, but in a natural environment, if it were crystal clear water, they're easy to be spotted by a predator, aren't they? So greener water would make it a little bit more of a defensive type of thing. So what about all the? It's also really good for developing Bennett.
It's good in the fact that the zooplankton eats the algae and then they eat the zooplankton. Got jack shit to do with the algae itself.
have you noticed-
it's in the
Matt,
food chain.
Have you noticed when it's your questions, Matt? It's like, no, yes, no. And these questions, let's go into detail. We haven't finished on that question, Gaz.
Well, yeah, but the algae itself is great, isn't it? But you don't want it in your pond. What does it do? It affects the pH, it affects the oxygen levels, it affects the.
It's got negatives. There's a lot to it, isn't there?
But
pH crashes.
We spend a lot of money buying it in our koi food to chuck at the fish.
And is that what encourages it to get back within as water column? Feeding it.
And also, doesn't the green water absorb
Well,
the nitrates that are in your pond?
Green water will eat ammonia.
Does it?
If you don't know that, do they?
So therefore, there's a bonus there, then, isn't there? Green water.
Green water is beneficial.
No, it's not.
It is, mate. It is. Enhanced colour development, tick. Right? What happens with the green water
This is
in
great.
the background is irrelevant. The green water creates that.
Yeah, but what you want is a pond that's green. It's nothing to do with your koi pond. So you can harvest the green, feed
Phytoplankton
it to the fish over it.
Phytoplankton in the water, right, helps intensify the heat within a fish, right? Natural continuous food source, right? Again, green water.
How's green water feeding your fish?
So that's the benefits come from the green water, right? So it depends how you play it on the right. Downside is that if
You're changing it. That's blue green.
the same, that's what I was getting at.
We're talking about green water.
Shields against UV as well, so less stress. So check that out. Yeah, we've got them, your own little thing. Improved nitrogen uptake as well. So, but there are drawbacks to it, isn't there? You know, there's a lot of benefits, but on the flip side of the coin, there's a lot of drawbacks at the same time. It depends what you do. The green water produces that. It's like, is it beneficial to koi? Green water probably isn't, but what happens within the green water and what it creates can be. It depends how you swing the question, in my opinion.
Would a koi be happier in green water or crystal clear water?
It depends how you keep the environment, man, doesn't it? It's, in my opinion,
Or would he feel safe?
clear water clear water is only a water for us to view our fish. If you didn't have your UV going on and you just left water to be water, fish would be by far more fucking happier.
But
But if you've got a decent pond, there is
yes,
you don't need a UV.
Natural environment, because it naturally does it itself and it becomes clear. Green water isn't a thing.
Because my pond goes green so quick.
Well,
Because
here
I
we
mean,
go. Now Rick's going to tell you as to why. Go for it, Rick.
Well, there's obviously plenty of food and plenty of light.
Yeah.
Then you want. What you need is some plants.
Yeah, you plants do.
If you wanted a perfect koi pond, you'd have a pond that goes green, full of live food, and that gets pumped through. And you've got a pond that isn't green where the fish are eating the live food, but not the algae, because they're not eating the algae. They eat the live food that's eating the algae.
Yeah.
Or you could buy your fish food
And it becomes
the
gut
algae in
loaded.
it that they'll eat.
The-
You don't want. What does algae do for your filter? It blocks it. What does algae do for your water? It causes rhythms that are not great for fish. It bumps up the pH. It blocks filters, and by bumping up the pH, it makes ammonia more toxic. And hiding in green water, I'm not sure most koi, you don't really want them hiding. They're not in an environment they need to be hiding. So I love green water on the
They are
farm,
in Gaz's pond.
but I don't want it in people.
I want it in a pond. And yet, well, a lot of people would disagree with that. It's the major part for me, green water. The major downfall is you can't see your koi. Right. So if there's any health issues, you physically won't identify it.
And green's a shit colour, isn't it? Let's face it. I mean,
And you can't catch them, and your filters are blocked with algae. And
It's better than black.
weird shit.
You know, Rick?
What?
Better than black.
No, my pond's black soon.
But
what
you've
about
also
this
got
one then?
you've got to look at your pH as well. And while you're on green water, pH levels as well. Right, massive swing, especially daytime to nighttime.
That's what we were saying. That's
really got plants.
yeah, that's a dodgy bit with it, isn't it? Evenings throughout the night, and then you've got algae blooms, and then oxygen levels dropping. all that
Hydrogen.
kind of stuff.
I think it's all to do with hydrogen. I'm just putting it out there. I'm pretty sure it's to do with hydrogen. What does pH stand for?
That's a good question.
Everybody listened in science, didn't they?
I don't know. Next
Do you
question.
know what it stands for?
Do you know what it stands for, Rick?
Prehistoric hydrogen.
Right. What about this one?
It's to do with free hydrogen atoms in the water column. So
What did you
acids and
say?
bases have got positive and minuses. But anyway,
What did you say it was?
hydrogen, isn't it?
No, what is it? What does pH stand for?
I don't know what it stands for. Free hydrogen in Roman.
Potential of hydrogen.
Yeah, potential of hydrogen.
It's Latin, so no one really cares. We just use pH because it's easier to remember.
I was pretty much on it.
Bang on there, Rick. What about this one then? Next one. The next myth buster. True or false? Stand by your buzzers. Let's have. I need to get a buzzer system so we can whack it and you start flashing for your answer.
Whatever craft it goes for, I'm going opposite regardless. And then I'm going to make up.
Water onto your pond
I love it.
removes chlorine. True or false?
What does?
Spraying water onto your pond removes chlorine. True or false?
Or spraying
Where the
the water
Or
into the pond.
removes it.
Spraying over and into your pond. Rather than just letting it trickle straight in as a flow, spraying it on removes chlorine.
It would
You don't
degas
pour
it.
it in your water per se. And then you're just feeding it straight out the tap.
Yeah, I would.
Which way you're going? Because it depends which way you're going to answer this.
Going straight out.
Matt, have
the
you
tap.
noticed how they're making your questions really complicated? Taking a nose pipe, putting it onto a fine spray mist,
Coming out the tap, straight
straight out your tap, not through
Straight out the tap,
dechlorinator,
into the
remove
spray bar.
chlorine from your
Spraying.
water. True or false?
What is the greatest dechlorinator on earth?
No, hang on. I think Collins just started some off here. You asked the question, right? Let's see what people say. True or false in the comments. Let's see what other people say. It'll be quite interesting to see what people say, won't it?
And then we go silent. So we need
Does a little. No sitting on the fence. It's true or false.
Ask the next question, Gaz.
Well, it's true then. Well, that's got to be true then.
Ask the next question, and we'll stay on the spray in the water.
The next one's keeping koi out stress levels. True or false? We've already had that one. I've been mixing them up, mate.
Well, it didn't make any sense either.
I'll watch it. Right, what we got? False. 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 Does a little. Missed it. False. False. It gases off in the air a bit.
True then.
Chlorine gases off, but you would treat it still run through an EA and spray after that. So it's true, or is it false?
Well, it's true. If it's going to degas, it's got to be
true. True, but not as much as people think. False.
Yeah.
That's also true as well. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's why I said it depends.
Chlorine a little bit, chloramines, no.
It depends on what you want. It does, but it doesn't at the same time. It's that minimal that it's not effective. That's the best way of putting it.
Yeah, but if you're stood on the other side with your little 20 spray in it,
it's not effective. It's not. It will, but it's not effective. It won't do it as much as you probably think.
Right then, what is this one, mate? Because I didn't know. I don't know. Is Dragon's Gate a myth?
Have you never heard of it?
Because he Googled it. Well, Matt, when did you last hear of it?
I did. I quite honestly put my hand up to it. This is the biggest.
Gate?
He swam until he couldn't get any higher. And
That's
then
it.
he became a god.
Okay. Oh right, yeah. Now I know where you're at. Yeah, okay.
Basically, a whole load of koi swam up this river, and the deal was that the one that got up the waterfall.
No, you're getting yourself mixed up.
No, I'm not.
You are.
But not.
No, he knows it.
So you're talking about the mythical origin of the Dragon's Gate. Longman is described as a mythical waterfall on a legendary mountain.
Right, hang on then.
Yeah, and the koi swam, and one of them become a dragon.
Yeah, but that's but the
A
legendary
yellow dragon
location,
with big scales that sold for £999.
that's in Chinese mythology.
That's where it started.
Carp was said to transform into dragons, and the legend states that the carp was successfully swimming upstream, leaped over the final waterfall to become powerful dragons, symbolizing the perseverance, courage, and triumph and overcoming adversity. While the location in legendary, the story is based on the observed jumping abilities of certain carp species.
Wow.
So
Yours was better than Matt's.
Myth.
it's a myth. It's a myth for a reason.
Of course, it's a myth.
Myth.
It's true.
If it was a yellow dragon, it'd be true.
What I love is on that is the aspiration. Let me read this to you.
Inspiration.
The tale serves as a source of inspiration, suggesting that through determination, one can overcome obstacles and transform themselves for the better.
It's changing the fucking question again, isn't it?
I like that. I like that.
It's a metaphor, isn't it?
Yeah.
That used to say, you know, oh, well done, you're really strong and determined. And it's like, you remind me of the carp swimming up the river that turns into a... What a load of bollocks. Next.
Let's go back to one of Mara and Rick's then. Koi ponds need to be at least 6 foot deep. True or false?
Definitely.
I hear it quite a lot, to be
On
fair.
chat. Let's hear the chat. I hear it quite a lot.
Yeah. Koi ponds need to be 6 foot deep. True or false, ladies and gents?
We could say why.
Or could actually say the pond needs to be over 4 foot. And I bet there'd be loads to say true.
You're giving the answer.
That's not the
then.
point of the question, is it?
It's good to see this. This is
False, 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 false.
In reality, there's not many people that got 6 feet deep ponds, is there?
You have
well,
that.
you want fucking 6 foot.
Yeah, that's waiting to be
What's the
filled in.
worst decision of your life?
Why?
So-
Why? Tell us, Matt. Why
The
wouldn't you
regular
want-
commenters stay after. There's 120 of you watching, but we're getting answers from 12.
There is no
Um,
way
yeah.
120 people watching this now.
Well, there's 120 people on, but maybe they've popped the phone. Just leave.
Colin Holland's answer is the best so far.
8 foot works well. False, 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 false. 119's fine. 120's ample. Carp Lake, 6 to 7 foot. Koi ponds, 4 to 5 foot. Simon says. Must be true, because Simon says. And he's not a conspiracist at all. Ever.
No.
No.
Is that pigeon, Simon?
No. No.
That's right. I've sold him a load of fish now. He's doing all right.
Matt heard the myth, then built the pond. Until you want to catch them, Colin. LOL.
Yeah, but Colin's rich enough to have just a net at the bottom, just lifts them all up together.
That's the best way to do it. Having a net the same size as your pond and same shape, so you can just posh it in at one end, slide it across the other side, lift it up, and you've got them all in one scoop. That dude over there in Japan, when he did that, that was
in the old days. Yeah, they all come.
5 foot better, but it's okay. I'm building my new pond too.
What would you say the minimum depth a koi pond has to be then, Rich?
I don't know. Is the minimum depth? Why would it? Depends where you live and what temperatures you're experiencing. Depends what temperature you're going to run your pond at. Depends what size of fish you want to keep in the pond, and it depends how you want them to behave. How about that?
Spot on answer.
Okay. Anywhere between.
So,
6
for all
and
those
2.
people who said certain sizes and false, give
Have a
yourself
look at
mark yourself down a little cross as you were all incorrect.
Manic Minor 2's response there. Look.
Manic Minor 2. Right, where's that? Where's that? Uncovered pond in winter, better deeper.
Depends where you live, though, doesn't it?
Is it worth having a 6 foot pond, Rick? For that, so is there any benefits from a 5 foot to a 6 foot pond? No,
Depends how you're going to run your filtration more than anything.
filtration was the same, right? Just in a perfect world.
Minor, not enough to worry about. You could just put a cover over it, or not draw from a bottom drain, or move to south of France.
That's not an answer. How many cats do you have?
I didn't. Excuse me. I didn't realise there wouldn't be any so many non-genuine answers to this evening's for questions that people have made little questions for us all to go through. Rick's been quite harsh to Matt. And Matt, I don't think you're getting your own.
Yeah. He's been very bad tonight. He has.
Yeah, but it's been a long night.
Child that sits at the back of the coach.
What about this? Right. So we're saying there is no maximum minimum to a pond depth within reason, depending on how, what, where, and when.
What are the benefits below 4 foot?
Cheaper water bill.
Is it?
No, if you've got a deeper pond,
Yeah, if you're on a meter, you've only got a 3 foot deep pond. It costs a lot less to fill than a 4 foot pond.
Then you've got to do your water changes.
Yeah, but you've got less water, so there's less to change.
10%
a benefit from 4 foot. Yeah, right. I see what you're saying. Right. What's the benefits to a 6? What's the benefits from 6 foot from 4 foot?
I need to go back to Gaz's one there. You got less water, so you got less to change. That's the exact opposite of reality.
It is because you have to change more because you're going to do it more often.
But if you've got the same number of fish in the pond, whether it be 4 foot deep or 6 foot deep, don't you have to do less water changes? Why do you need to do 10%?
Cheaper if you're medicating or treating.
I don't. That's my
What-
reason.
Why are you? Why is everyone doing a 10% water change?
Well,
What's
I'm
going
just
on?
saying. I'm
My
just saying.
brain's fried.
Once it's filled, it's filled.
Yes.
If you've got the same number of fish in the pond,
Yes.
are you taking out the same literage on both ponds?
Well, it depends if you are you.
Well, that's what we're saying.
Well, that's like saying if your fish get bigger and get more mass and more weight, that's like putting, if you've got a glass half full, put 10 stones in there, the same size, same diameter, that fills up the glass. If those stones become bigger, you need less stones to fill up that mass of water, don't you? So the bigger your fish grow, the less water you've got.
Yeah.
Maybe correct. Yeah. But so what are you water changing for?
I don't know.
Crafty, are you expecting a sensible evening this evening?
No, he ain't got no earbuds in.
What about this one then, right there? Sunskin, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sunskin koi. Gaz, considering that yours is a very cold where you are, am I correct in thinking your pond is about 3 foot? It's 850 mil deep, my pond.
It's about 2'1".
It's 850. In the centre, it's probably about just shy of 900, but at the edges, it's 850. And your fish always seem very happy. They do, apart from winter when they're all packed up in a slightly. I think in my pond they could benefit from a slightly bit more of a deeper environment. But said that, I could always do what really should be doing and raising the air stones up from the bottom so that I'm not taking the warmer climate away and pumping out and pumping back in, so I'm not taking it and cooling it as it's coming back in as well. So there is some room for improvement in my pond, like fucking lots.
What you need to do at your pond, Gaz, right, is dig a tunnel from your pond into your filter shed that's fully insulated and nice and warm, and have a little area in there they can just go and overwinter.
Yeah, just go overwinter in there and then come back out. It's knee high. It's not fucking knee high. It's up to me bollocks.
Yeah.
Well, you've only got 1 foot legs.
I'll let Marek. At least mine's holding water, mate. I didn't get chewed through by rats.
Yet.
Yeah. Oh shit. I've just done myself, haven't I? It's fucking fine. Fish live. They survive.
So did we answer?
It's the thriving and surviving, and I reckon mine are bordering more surviving than really thriving, to be fair. Is there room for improvement? Yeah, 100% there is. But it's what I think.
That would be for any pond, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah.
But the problem is you go the other way and ponds get too warm. Obviously not this time of year in our country. And you can kill them all through heat and oxygen and all the other problems. You don't have to worry about that, Gas.
Even on a shallow pond, though, right? Even if it was 2.5 feet deep, is that pond, if it's got flowing water and oxygen going into it, ever going to get too hot?
I'm only messing well.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because fish die at about 36 degrees.
Yeah, but I can't see it actually getting to 36 degrees.
Our ponds get to about 35, 36. Yeah,
Yeah, but they're in the polytunnels.
Yeah, because they're heated within the environment, aren't they? The environment's super heated.
Outside pond, I can't see ever getting to that sort of temperatures.
Probably no one in this country will lose fish through deoxygenation.
No.
Right.
Well, unless the electric goes off.
Yeah. What about right? Next one
The
then.
only benefit to a 6 foot pond.
The only benefit is it's more
So you were
stable.
going to make
There
a
is a
statement.
benefit.
I'll let
There
you
is a
get it.
benefit.
We haven't answered the question, mate.
Yeah.
We've just took
Crafty,
the piss a bit.
In my opinion, there is a benefit for a deeper pond. A, from it's more stable. B, from the fish can use all of their fins for going up and down and doing whatever they're doing. And C, because if you want to jump in, you're not going to hurt your head.
Why is it more stable there?
The water temperature will be much more. The deeper you go, the more stable it's going to be.
Stability.
But
Oh,
with the bottom,
thermal stability. Thermoclines aren't going to happen.
but with a bottom drain.
Yeah, we'll never get to the thermocline because we're not deep enough.
Yeah, but even at 6 foot, your
still not deep
ground
enough to get
temperature
that.
is going to be more
benefit.
stable. So the water temperature is going to be more stable, less interfered by wind,
Yeah.
sun, and all the rest of it. Unless you're pumping all your water up for a big shower and a big metal stiff thing that goes in and super
Cool,
chills it.
super cool in it again, like you said in past.
Yeah. Those stainless steel blades look amazing in the summer, but
Yeah,
by God,
Vince,
they are
I'm
not
going to
going
bring this
to
one up. I'm going to bring this one up. Surprised Matt's not built you a pop-up tunnel yet. Me too, mate. I did place my first. I was the first to place an order. I said I wanted one. I would trial it and demo it
and it
do
would
it.
slide in and out, wouldn't it? Like a giant condom thing over your pond.
I agree, Vince. Yeah, slacking. I should have added a question in here. Innit? Where's my pop-up polytunnel? So what you go on, Crafty? Go for it.
What?
Oh,
6 foot or not?
No, I'm in agreement. It's like, but
So you agreeing with us?
not you.
Not you.
not you.
No. So what? 4 foot is ample enough for a koi pond, right? If you go into
So
maybe
free.
showing levels and whatnot, then I would move more 5-6 foot if you want to start really building into the body of the peduncle, etc. Because you've got deeper water, bigger exercise. You know, less stress as well, deeper down, less predatory strikes, etc. More protection as well.
All myths.
But ultimately, most people don't need anything more than 4 foot.
Yeah.
Or 850 to 900.
8 foot worked.
8 foot. Who's got 8 foot?
Matt's
Well,
got an 8 foot pond.
Is that middle pond 8 foot, man? You fucking
That's
mate.
question within out.
I've literally just been talking to the builder. I've got to order up 22 tons of type 1 to backfill that section.
Backfill it.
Yeah.
Paul's just put in now. Does that mean I now need to make mine 6 foot instead of 5? No, mate.
It doesn't.
No, you just got to put an extra foot on top and bring it up.
That's what I did in my garden. Fuck the digging. Building up was easier.
What about this one then, right? My koi are flashing. They must have flukes.
Not normal for you, isn't it, Gaz?
I'm getting some shit tonight, aren't I?
My koi are flashing. I must have flukes.
Well, not you, but the fish.
What are we saying in the chat, guys? What are we saying?
Guys, if in case you haven't noticed here, what Kraft is doing is waiting for you all to answer so then he can go with your idea. That he don't get it wrong. That's what he's doing.
There's no wrong. There's no wrong. It's a myth or a fact or a nonsense. Not wrong or a right.
No, it is a myth. It's wrong.
Creating people that watch to become involved with the show.
Oh, sorry. Audience participation.
The more comments that you get, the better it is for your YouTube video.
Yeah, the more I have to read out as well. Oh,
you don't have to read it out though, do you?
If you've not noticed, most of you guys this evening, I'm not because I've got shitloads of questions. Shrink wrap, guys. Grab a roll of it from work, cheap material for the pond cover or on a frame. There we go. We don't have shrink wrap. We do, but it's black. I won't be able to see my fish shell, wouldn't I? False. This must be entertaining and educational live yet. Loving it.
What have you written that? What a sarcastic bastard.
See, I can understand it being entertaining, but educational, definitely not.
Yeah, because we do get the right answers in the end.
Educational.
This is a full. This is a,
People remember.
Andrew's sitting on the fence. He's sitting on the fence and saying false-ish.
Oh, I love an on the fence answer.
Take a scrape and test the water. It was just a false.
Take a scrape, then test the water. Do you look at the scrape? Or do you just take a scrape?
Just take a scrape, leave it on sidewalk away. Yeah, they got flukes.
Is this 10 minutes after somebody's topped up the pond by spraying the water in?
Alan Tate says, missed the question, so true seeing everyone else said false. Just turn the heaters up and they'll soon calm down. There you go.
Calm down or speed up.
Oh dear. It could be any parasite or even water conditions.
Exactly.
So, what we're saying then?
I know.
What do you mean what we're saying?
What we're
Could
saying?
be
Well,
anything.
it's your question. I'm asking you what you're saying.
Well, it could be feeding.
Could be all, couldn't it? Could just have an itch.
Exactly. It could be anything.
When you see an elephant scratching its ass on a tree trunk, is it because it's got an itch or just because it likes it?
Might like it. Might like that region being.
Well, they could just be showing off, as Richard Brown 8881 says.
They could just be showing off. Right then, what about this one?
It
Male
is
coin.
bullshit. They could have to.
And that, whatever that is, that like robotic number, depends which dealer they're from.
Retro.
So bad.
All dealers are pretty good, to be fair. They will never send out a fish with a problem.
Serious. Hang about the most serious question of the evening. This is the most serious. Crafty, when are they starting Xmas dinners at the diner in the cafe?
Probably next week.
There you go, Mary. Get yourself down next week for a lovely, great big.
But it'll
So
be
they
in
do like a koi special.
No, we sell fish. We don't cook them.
And
Yeah,
Gaz,
you
you just missed an opportunity to use your bullshit thing again.
Oh bollocks! Why? What was it? Where?
Say it again.
I don't know what I said.
To be fair, most dealers are pretty good nowadays.
Now that's what I call bullshit statement of the week.
What did he say? Most dealers are what?
Being pretty good with the parasite problems.
Are they?
I've said most dealers are pretty good nowadays. I know what was a bullshit statement of the week. That was most dealers are pretty good.
Am I going full?
I just did what I was told. He said, "Get your statement out," so I did.
Am I going full?
Wrong.
You are
Yeah, you
going
definitely.
bull
Hang about. What you were shooting? Well, this shit we're going. You were supposed to be having it full face and lock, so you look like a baked bean.
Yesterday,
You're supposed to come on this week looking like a baked bean.
I literally shaved clean yesterday, and that's one day's growth.
Fuck off.
Oh, on another note, right? I think I've got this new food trial I'm doing. I think I've got a food that will match sake akari at about £3.50 a kilo. For me, not I'm selling.
True or false, ladies and gents? Because I don't know where that bit came into this.
Do it.
True or false, ladies and gents?
No, the bullshit statement of the week.
What, the £3.50?
£3.50 a kilo. I can make.
Now that's what I call bullshit statement of the week.
Nice.
We've had a few of them this week.
We can't have like loads of bullshit statements of the week. It's just one. Because otherwise, that's another bullshit statement.
Each new one supersedes the last one.
Oh, okay.
I should change it.
Fair enough.
Supersede the
match
bullshit
Saki
statement
Akari
of the week.
for
I'll make a new one.
That's got to be bullshit statement of the week.
Yeah, not as good as, yeah.
Well, no, if I can match it, it's as good as.
Yeah, but I think we're talking, that is definitely a bullshit statement. And it's probably of the week, actually.
Of the year.
Right then. So what about this one? Male koi can't grow big.
Bollocks.
Again.
I can't grow big bollocks. That's what I meant.
Well, I don't know. Can they?
Who put that question in?
It's not a question. It's myths and bullshit.
Who do you reckon put that
Who
question?
put that in?
Who do
I
you
put
reckon
it in
put that
because it's generating interest from something that no one's bothered.
No, I don't be so negative. Who put that in? Because, you know, maybe I was about to say, what a great question.
What? Yeah.
You immediately
Well,
got
it
on the
wasn't gonna
defensive,
match.
didn't you?
This is great. This has really got. This
Right.
is the most. This is the most we've all talked about random shit ever. This has been belted. Next week, how we're going to better it? That's what we want to find out.
Let's change.
Boy appreciation.
Let's change. Let's change the question slightly.
Oh,
Are male fish, or should male fish be less expensive than females?
that's not changing it a bit. That's totally different topic.
How dare
Let's
you?
change it a bit. Can they grow? Or
Yeah, because mate, it's like, of course, big male fish can get big.
Yeah. Answer's yes. True.
What, male can get as big as females?
Yes.
Especially if
Did
you
you
have
see me and Zoe?
dwarfs.
I'm bigger.
You're not.
Colin, what did you hear that? Ant and Dec on ITV look very tempting at the moment. I read your statement the other day saying, "Do people actually still think these two are actually funny? They should have been replaced 10 years ago." So I'm calling bullshit statement of the week number 6.
Number 6. Can't even find it again.
Yeah, Colin's statement.
Now that's what I call bullshit statement of the week.
Big nose.
Yeah,
I do think we should do one of those eating trials.
we should. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. We should all do it. So
Are we going to be able to
I'll
get
eat
it back from
chili
Japan
tonight
now?
again. So
You could do
Not
just,
putting that on, no.
I know what we should do, right? We're going to do this live in the charity thing, but we could all pick something we would never ever want to eat, and it gets passed around either clockwise or anti-clockwise according to the people that are voting.
what we could do is say I choose something and I send it to Crafty. Crafty chooses something and sends it to Gaz, and Gaz
Clockwise.
goes. Yeah.
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 Do you know the last time I actually went fucking shopping for food?
You don't go shopping, mate. You go.
We
hunting.
don't want food, mate. We
Yeah.
want
After you
something
can
like
just
now.
order something from McDonald's and send it by Uber Eats, man. Be right.
It's my
Well, I
point. It's like, I don't go shopping for food. I've got a missus that does that.
Yeah, but like tonight, Crafty, when I went out,
Exit statement, true or false?
I cut it out and I thought, what can I do with this ring piece? I could be sending it to Crafty.
Hey, I'll tell you to fuck right off, mate.
Matt, you did not just say that on live TV.
It's not TV, is it? Fucking hell.
It is. My missus will have it on the telly, mate.
Are we on BBC One tonight or ITV?
No,
Mate, this is
I've got
better
to just
than most
badge you.
on telly.
Whose ring pieces you chop out to feed to crowd? That's not good.
It's a job I'm not easily insulted.
What about this one then?
Viewers might be. Anyway, how do we go on to this?
Is my koi egg bound?
I don't know. I've
No.
not seen it, guys.
Is it a thing? Can it happen? Does it happen as regular as
can
everybody
happen.
says? I must read a statement every week, 4 or 5, maybe 6 times a week, saying that that fish is egg bound.
And what are the answers you hear?
No.
All sorts, from Epsom salts and fucking everything.
Caress it.
Massage it, caress it out.
Oh, Matt,
Oh my
you've been on
God,
the
Matt,
angle.
what's going on?
Mate,
Exactly.
I'm being back in Japan with Matt doing his.
I call a naked bar in Matt's house.
Is it a bullshit statement? True or false?
9
it's not.
times out of 10 it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's false.
Probably
not.
more than that, actually.
It's false.
Let's just think about it, right? For a fish to become egg bound, it needs to release the eggs from the ovary, but not be able to release the eggs through its vent.
Release the eggs from what?
It's ovaries.
The eggs from the ovary become fluid, and they're not microscopic, but they're very small, and the vent is quite a big opening. So the only way you're going to block it is with a tumor or whatever. So then at that point, you've got an issue with a fish being egg bound. In reality, what happens is the tumors, you might get a tumor growing in the ovaries and the fish becomes big, but you've just got a big fat tumor in a fish that's never ever coming out of that vent regardless. It's like trying to get blood out of a hole.
Slow.
Yeah, but to get blood out of a small hole is easy, isn't it? But trying to get a big lump of massive cells out of a hole is never going to happen, isn't it?
I don't know. When I went for a blood test the other day, mate, it fucking must have stabbed me 50 times.
That's age.
It did not like you,
the
mate.
older you get, the harder it is
Yeah.
to find your vessels.
It was mental, mate. She went, "Oh, you've got some good veins here." So I thought, sweet. Yeah. Then I felt like a fucking pincushion after 10 times. Have you actually got any blood in you? Yeah. You just shit up being able to draw blood.
Oh, that's why she gets stabbing you.
What about this one then? A sudden drop in temperature brings out white spot.
Does it?
Now that's a good statement.
Yeah.
No, it's not a statement.
Yes.
It's just a question or a. I can't believe you got a glow in the dark collar for your dog, mate.
It's
I
dark.
can't believe you deviated away from such a good question. You was easily distracted with a glow in the dark collar.
I do like.
Mate, can you imagine Matt's like 5 with my shit like
That's
that with his dog?
Matt needs that on his dog so he doesn't shoot it when he looks out the window. He's not a fox. He ain't got a collar on.
Go on then. White spot. Temperatures.
Is that
Temperature
true?
drops, temperature swings, big temperature swings, whatever you want to play it as, brings out white spot. Does it? True or false?
Yes, I'm going first.
Yeah.
Yes.
I go yes as well to
I'm
swing.
going to go no. I'm going no now.
No, but I'm going yes to swings because swinging is never good. So
You've never done it, mate.
Don't go there, Matt. Don't go
I'm
there.
gonna go for
What are you saying, guys? Yes or no?
I'm saying only if it's present within the water column.
It's no in the fish, mate. Why is it in the water column?
But because it's a parasite, is it not?
Yeah, but it lives in the epidermis of the skin.
Yeah, but if it's, let's say, if you've treated your pond and you've eradicated it.
Oh,
How can
behave.
I-
What treatment eradicates anything?
well, that's
You
a
live
good
in
one.
cuckoo land.
So you're saying you can never get rid of white spot, and
I'm not saying you can never get
any
rid of it, but
temperature
there's a chance.
fluctuation from, let's say, 10-degree swing. If you took a
stress the
fish out.
fish enough and it's sat deep in the skin, that is when it will come out through
But
stress.
only if it's present, only if it's on its skin or in its
Only
skin.
if it's present, yes.
Yeah. If it's
But-
not present, then the temperature swing wouldn't do it, would it?
No. But a crazy fool that thinks you can eradicate white
No,
spot with a treatment.
no. I'm just saying, for argument's sake, there's a bit of both ways, isn't there? Because if it isn't present, the
Are
temperature
you
swing.
swinging again?
If it's not present, then it can't do it, can it?
No.
It can only do it if the parasite's present.
You cannot penetrate the skin if you're not there.
So a good one then. True or false? My pond is parasite free.
No, it's not.
I doubt it, mate.
I've seen your fish.
Yeah. That's false. That's the biggest false. Hang about. That's another bullshit statement of the week. Let's go.
Yeah, big one.
False.
Oh, sorry, mate. That was.
No,
It's
that's right.
impossible, isn't it? It's
That's
impossible
what I
to
was
eradicate.
thinking. I know who's going to be the first one in on this. And yeah, you didn't let me down, Crafty.
Oh, mate. Oh, that was just too quick.
So do we believe then that parasites present in every pond, and the only time that they really come out is when the fish are low on their immunity or they're stressed over something or another?
Good call, mate. You could make a fish doctor.
No, I'm not. I'm asking a question. I'm not making a statement.
Oh, right. I thought you were making a statement. I had
Well,
to
I am.
explain to Zoe how I got cracked.
That's the bullshit statement of the week. There, look, hang on, it's gone again. 7, 8 of them been out tonight. All this, and I haven't seen any of the panel drinking. It's great.
Yeah, that was full.
I'm not. I'm on pop.
And I never drink.
And Crafty never
Half a
drink.
bottle of bloody Bacardi.
I mean, Matt's
Not
just
sure I've seen
90%
Crafty
alcohol.
drink.
And Rick always has a drink. Right, what about this one
Are
then?
we doing the white spot? Have we agreed a white spot thing or not? Because
What's the question?
We're skirted round Rick and not explaining anything.
No, you definitely can have white spot pop out through a temperature change, but it has got to
Absolutely.
be there underlying in the epidermis,
Epidermis.
the skin of the fish.
Yes.
Temperature drops are associated.
So it's
Stress.
Does that only happen
all
on,
relevant.
only on a temperature drop, not a temperature increase?
Mainly temperature drops.
Why is
Yeah,
that?
it's normally by cold in it. Colder waters normally brings it out, but again, it can only bring it out if it's actually present within the fish's epidermis. Or,
But if
Let's
it was
go deeper then.
but it's not always in the fish's epidermis, is it? Because when it pops and explodes and it gets into the water column until it finds a new host, it's sometimes within the water column.
so
Yeah,
just
that's when
white.
you can kill it with the treatment.
So does white spot?
Oh, what wrong with that?
Does white spot not multiply quicker in warmer water?
Does it multiply?
Yeah.
No,
it will
doesn't
develop
multiply.
into an adult and send out spores quicker in warm water.
Spores.
So warmer water or colder water can have the same effect.
Nope.
Why?
But
Cost.
it's what?
Because if the water gets warmer and there is white spot present,
When do you tend to find white spot within your koi pond?
I don't know. I haven't had it. Crafty, you tell me.
I've never looked at it. He's never seen it.
You should know, mate. Customers must
He's
have.
not got a parasite. He told you.
Yeah, sorry. You're asking for your own. Right then, sir. I understand. I understand you, sir. Generally associated.
It affects generally when the water drops. It does tend to come out. And in what species or variety of koi does it tend to come out most in?
Deutsch.
Good Sankey.
Boom. No.
Huh?
Deutsch.
Deutsch, because it's
It always comes out in Deutsch fish more.
see, I do pay attention. Anyway, what about this one then? A pond has lots of mosquitoes. Would it
Oh, it's an American
Bloody
site
hell.
Matt's read on the
Drop-
internet.
No, it
or
wasn't.
make poorer filtration?
No, right. I didn't hear any of that because it was very clear Matt's been researching American websites. No way I've heard. But then mosquitoes. That's all I heard.
A pond has lots of mosquitoes. Would it make it inadequate filter or poor filtration because of it?
What do you say?
Yeah,
A pond that's got a koi pond that's got mosquitoes in it to a detrimental effect for the person that's enjoying the pond. Like I had one this year that couldn't go near the pond because there were so many mosquitoes on it and midges.
Should have got a drum.
right, ladies and gentlemen, just so I can prove this, that Matt is literally just making this up as he's going along. That is his question that he posted. Right, a pond has lots of mosquitoes. Would it inadequate stroke poor filtration? And now I changed it to something else. So I'm sorry. I asked the question. Matt abbreviated it a little bit to being something totally different for the pond keeper not being able to go near the pond. True.
What would you do in that situation, Matt? Put a box weld liner in it?
No, increase the flow.
Okay. I wasn't
But
joking.
what about those little bastard things those little black flies that seem to like to be in the flow area of your pond?
But they're not
That
mosquitoes.
do.
They don't matter, do they?
Yeah, but they make the diameter of your flow of your pipes because they get shitloads of them sometimes in fast flowing areas, don't they? Of your pipe work, and then you need to get one. Then you need to get one of these to get rid of them.
Or just call Matt. He'll come and
You
clean
got a
it.
lucky lady there.
I don't get the question.
No, so we'll move on. Next one. Media with colour. Is it because of bacteria, stroke biofilm?
Is that it?
Yeah. Well, if
He
you're,
was busy.
A little bit more to that. So that sounds like half a question.
Media
So-
with colour. Is it because of bacteria, stroke biofilm? Question. True or false?
they're like prompts. So what I'm saying is, if you're
These are prompts for you to explain it later.
if you're KY, yeah, fucking hell. If you knew what you would have laughed if you'd seen me while I was doing this.
That's why I thought there was a bit more to the question, Matt.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
add the
your,
bit more, Matt. Go for it.
your K1 is a dirty brown color, and the client says, "I got really good filtration. I know the bacteria is in there because I've looked at the K1 and it's really brown." Is that
Or rather than really white and still acting as the dirty brown colour.
Isn't the dirty brown colour actually muck that's stuck to your filtration media and not actually bacteria?
yes, gas, 10 out of 10. Boom.
What? He cannot be correct.
He is. Biofilm is not brown.
No, actually, he didn't answer. He asked a question.
Well,
So you see what I mean? There was a little bit more needed to that question. You must work harder on your.
you need to even submit one.
I didn't know we had to, otherwise I would
Don't
have.
give me that.
Well, it's not so.
But
Right, hang about.
to be fair, so if your K1 is all lovely and crystal clear, looks just like K1, are you happy about that?
Are you?
I would be if my ammonia was 0, my nitrate was 0, and my K1 was white. I'd be happy.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if your media is not colouring up, but you've still got good water parameters, job's good, isn't it? It's doing its job.
But
As long
how,
as you're
how-
good.
how do you know when your K1 is actually matured?
Well, you ask it a question and it gives you a stupid answer. You know it's an idiot.
You know it's mature, I guess, because your ammonia and your nitrate is 0.
No. Without doing water parameters, how would you know that your media is actually matured?
What do you mean? Biofilm's not brown. I think that's supposed to say.
Biofilm is not brown.
It's not brown.
It means it's not brown.
What do you mean?
What is the idea if you, apart from the
Let's flip,
oxygen?
let's flip that on its head then, right? So, how do you know if your K1 and your K3 knockoffs and everything?
Let's say your biomedia has matured in a moving
How do
bed.
you know it is matured? You test your water and the fish are happy and everything's good, but you also know it's matured because shit won't stick to plastic unless it's got a layer of shit on it. So if it's brown,
Well,
you
you
know
know-
it's got a layer of shit on
I
it. to
know
give-
where you what you sort of
Brown could be the dead biofilm.
could it?
Huh?
Yes, and that's
But
the idea.
that's why it's mucky, because it is the dead
It
biofilm.
won't stick.
That's what makes it brown.
I could be wrong on this, but I thought that was the whole idea of moving bed, was that the K1 moved around and knocked off the dead biofilm.
Now then, there's an idea. Put it under a microscope and have a look.
And none of our
I'm
microscopes are
answering
good
my
enough to see bacteria. So what we're looking at?
You need a microscope to see biofilm.
What about how does your K1 act as soon as you put it into your bio bed? How does it?
It floats and climbs out like a dick.
And then gradually over time,
It becomes heavier because of the dead biofilm upon it, so it sinks.
No, it does
The
not.
shit that builds up into it.
It's the air that's trapped and stuck to the K1 when it's coming.
What makes it sink when air floats?
Not dense air, it doesn't.
No.
Ooh, we are being so pedantic tonight. I like it.
How long does it take when you chuck your K1 in, say into your neck?
Alan, no one else is watching us. We are 4 idiots in a room.
It's like watching that YouTube channel, isn't it?
What? Gases?
I'm just asking a question.
Are we actually on TV tonight then?
No,
No,
you.
no,
banned us.
I didn't even
You
click
got
live. There's only us here.
The
Carry on, Matt.
BBC said you cannot do that sort of stuff.
What about this
Give me
one, then?
some.
What about this one? Going koi fast shortens their lives.
Oh, let's put that to the audience.
True or false, ladies and gents?
What was the
We've
question?
covered this.
True or false,
We've covered this.
Growing koi. What was the question?
Growing koi fast shortens their life.
Shortens their lives.
We've covered this probably 10
Hundreds.
times.
True or false?
We did this last week.
Yes.
Shows how many people are watching. doesn't
Everybody
it?
will stop watching and go back and watch last week's. Come back to answer it.
No, you put this question in, Rick.
Is you doubling your views, Gav? Go back and watch last week.
That's official off Matt.
No.
I'm joking, Matt. He had twice as bad as that.
That was a yellow dragon.
That's bad, isn't it?
Now then.
Who painted that? Who painted?
The Koi Doctor's book.
Hand painted. That's pretty impressive.
Hang about. Look at this. I've just had this sent in by
Is that
the fuck is- what the fuck
That's
is
an egg-bound koi, apparently.
that? That's eggbound.
Really, it's not really.
look at this. There we go. Look. Images of biofilm.
Shit, a brick. That looks good, doesn't it?
It's like when you
Why
go
is
to
my
Cuba.
little logo in the top corner?
I don't know. It's been added.
Nothing to do with me, this shit.
Oh dear, Rick. Look at that.
You got to have. That's got to be a quite a high intense magnification.
I'm not being funny. My microscope at work ain't seeing that shit.
No, I think it's because Vince has just taken it off of your group to show it. So,
Right.
oh shit! Images of biofilm types found in AMD impacted. Whatever that means.
Dot. Images may be subject to copyright.
Yeah. I like this one here. The middle right one looks like it's doing something, doesn't it?
The middle right, that one.
Yeah, that one looks like it's doing something. Like stalagmites or stalactites, whatever they're called.
I mean, bottom left looks dodgy, doesn't it?
That looks like someone's liver when they smoke too much. That makes no sense either.
Do you smoke with your livers? Do you? I thought you used your lungs myself, like, but I mean,
No, your mother didn't tell you that. Smoking hurts your liver.
cheers, Vince.
We've opened the right topic here, haven't we?
Did we answer the last one? Growing koi fast shortens their lives.
We've
True,
got
no,
yeah.
Chuckle Brothers, true. Brilliant live tonight, guys. Been so funny. Loved every argument, minute of it. Depends on how long
They're finished.
they are pushing it. Alan says no garlic in the food repels parasites. That's another one. Yeah. If I eat 10 burgers a day, I'll get good growth.
One, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Ask Crafty, you'll know. I'm just getting in there first. If you eat 10 burgers a day, you do grow. If you eat
To what we're saying, oh, look at that. My body is a temple.
fucking right, it is, son.
growing koi fast shortens the lifespan. What are you saying, Matt?
Reality, probably it does. I'm thinking of the old trout syndrome where the body grows and its organs don't keep up with the growth of the fish.
You're laughing at that one.
Already got there, mate. Already got there.
What are you rating, Kraft? You going to say it? Yes, I think so.
I don't know how you would actually quantify that, though.
Well, we quantified it by what Rick said in past. When you've given them more heat days, you're artificially keeping them on heat means that they're growing faster, which is giving them more heat days, which means they've got more heat years worth of growth as opposed to normal temperatures or lower temperatures. It's a longer, slower process, isn't it? So they're getting 2 seasons in a year as opposed to the 1 season. So technically you're shortening the lifespan.
Yeah, but then if you give...
I'm sure that's what he said before.
If you give a fish a comfortable life, as in heat, it doesn't have to go through the winter, does that also give it more benefit? Same as us. You know, if we got shit food and we had to go through harsh winters, living out rough for 6 months of the year, etc., would we see to 90? No, we wouldn't. And that's what I mean. How do we quantify that one?
With beer.
What do you reckon? Come on, Rick. Finish that one off then for us.
Oh, you can't ask me that.
Growing koi fast shortens the lifespan.
No.
Yeah, see? There you go. You said yes last week.
I thought you'd said before in the past, giving them an extra heat and temperatures, growing them faster, gives them more heat days or heat years or whatever.
You increase degree days or whatever, but in reality, their lifespan's 50 years. Growing them fast for 18 months is not going to decrease the length of time unless you're going to keep them hot permanently.
Then that would.
Yeah.
So
I've changed my opinion.
He's a shit house today, I know. Huh? He's great. I've changed my opinion.
No, but the reality is, if you're going to grow a koi to a decent size, you've got to do it in the first few years. So you've got to do it at temperatures that are encouraging for that to happen. So you're looking at 30 degrees for the first year, 25 degrees for the second year, 24 degrees for those kind of windows. So you get it to...
So let's say if you've got it to your choice size that you'd like it to achieve, 70, 80, 90 cm.
Yeah.
What temperature should you keep a 90 cm fish at then to maintain a healthy, established...
17.25 degrees.
Why 2.5?
Because if you go above that, it gets too old. I don't know. There's temperature ranges. It's to do with certain things like the gills of a fish don't increase in the surface area. So if you get a fish to 70 centimeters, whatever, its gill surface doesn't increase when it's 90 centimeters, but its oxygen demand does increase. So if you feed a fish heavy at 90 centimeters at 28 degrees, it cannot obtain enough oxygen to cope with that. So it's under stress through basic. If it eats, it can't get enough oxygen. If it doesn't eat, it's not. So you've got to drop the temperature to fit its biological window.
So the bigger they are, the lower temperature.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
It's a real thing, isn't it? And unfortunately, that's just... They're not designed to be that big, so the bodies can carry it and all good. But have you seen that image on Facebook of the fat bloke with the skeleton? Oh my days, it looks like me.
Fat bloke is a skeleton.
There's like an image of there's a X-ray of a guy and his skeleton, and you see a massively fat man, and you think, well, he's a massively fat man. You see his little skeleton, you're like, holy shit.
I've seen. Did
How
you
is
see
that
that?
hanging on?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday on Facebook. To be fair, mate.
It's not quite the same thing, but a massive koi skeleton and all their organs can only be so big. And as it gets bigger, it needs to eat more food to maintain its mass, and its gill size is only so big. Its oxygen exchange is so big. So if you keep it at too high a temperature, you're going to put it under stress. So you've got to have. That's why your window. People go, what's the best temperature to grow koi at? Well, it might start at 30 degrees and then drop all the way down to 20 degrees.
I'm sure.
Bigger, the temperatures don't get smaller. Right.
Yeah, crafty.
I'm not looking.
I was going to put that up, and then Matt, I'm not putting this up because of what he just said, mate. But I'm just putting it up.
Crafty can
They're
take
not
it.
blaming you,
That's what you're talking about, isn't it?
Sending it over to you then. I didn't have my face on the screen.
That's-
Mate,
It's definitely not you, Crafty. It's Willie's
it
too
looks
big.
more like a chicken, doesn't it?
But the skeletal structure of a koi is the same as a big person, isn't it? The skeleton only grows to the certain size, and the mass is carried upon that skeletal structure.
Hot there, isn't it? Jeez. But that's the thing, isn't it? You can only go. Yes, a jumbo koi's got a bigger skeleton, a bigger structure, but only so big.
I was trying to find an image then of what happens when your koi becomes too big for its skeletal structure, when you start to see the actual spine concave rather than be convexed. It's like then you know that fish is just far too big for its actual structure.
Do you see? I don't see that as much as you used to.
I've seen one, not this year before at a show.
But you used to see it quite a lot when fish, especially females, got big, and then you get that dip. And I think that's obviously breeders understanding, picking the right genetics to do the right thing, and get those big body structures.
It was on a massive koi as well. The koi was massive.
Oakley Adam Byers is like that. Vince says, right, we've got 3 more, guys.
Hang on, I want to put one in.
Go on then.
You should change your UV every 6 months.
We did this one a couple of weeks ago, Crafty.
True or false, ladies and gents? You should change your UV every 6 months. True or
Can I
false?
just put something in there?
Yeah.
If you turn it on or not, does that make a difference? Because the bulb only goes a bit crazy if you turn it on. And if you put it on and off, it lasts longer.
With continual use. There you go.
With continual use, I'd say, yes, you have to change it.
Every 6 months.
At
Paul
least.
Hutchinson says every spring is fine. Bollocks.
What does that mean?
And then we've got laughing faces from Rob. Leave it on all year. That's not the question. Are we changing it every 6 months? Not leaving it on all year. Do you need to change it every 6 months? True or false?
If you want it to perform as it should, you should change every 6 months.
Absolutely.
Who says so, Rick?
The manufacturers, of course.
No, they don't. The manufacturers don't say that. That's the whole point. It's dealers that sell them that say that.
No, it's
They
the
change them every
manufacturers
6
because
months.
the wavelength isn't the same as you run them longer. They've got a longevity of 1,700 hours or whatever.
There you go.
The
That's the one.
light
They have
changes.
a lifespan of 1,700 hours, which normally comes in at 6 months. But do you need them on
It
for
works,
6
it
months
works,
of the
doesn't
year?
Change
If,
it
as most people are over UV'd in the first place, if the bulb does drop off and become only 60% efficient and 40% not actually doing no, does it really matter if it's still over UV'd for the amount of literage of your pond in first place?
Depends
You
what
only
you're
need
using UV for.
1 watt of UV per every so many litres, don't you?
But what are you using the UV for?
Get rid of green water. That apparently is
What
really
else can you use
good.
UV for?
And yeah, there's an and on it.
It's a sterilising agent, so you can use it
Yeah.
for sterilising your pond.
Yeah.
If it's okay. So there'd be people out there that got a UV and also running RO or ozone or.
Easy Pod says 8,000 hours. I've had my God, I can never get this one right. Algamum for just over 2 years, and I've plenty of hours left.
It's still going.
Vince says mine's switched off
I'm
at the
that way
moment.
as well. If you switch it on and it works and the pond's clear, why would you ever bother changing it?
Yeah.
But it might not be doing the job you think it's doing.
Yeah. Might not be sterilising, it might just be keeping algae at bay.
And is there a difference between the UV and the amalgam?
An amalgam, you mean?
Amalgam.
Got it, Crafty.
An anagram is where you say VU twice.
You can answer that one then, Crafty.
No, I'm not answer. I don't need to answer.
Right then, what about tension the koi pond acts as a doctor fish to heal others?
It's got to be true.
Sounds like it.
That's fucking so true, mate. I've got loads of tench for sale, $9.99 each. Come and get your doctor fish, no problem.
They're right next to the sacrificial fish.
Yep. Look, and if I want to bring them sacrificials up, I'll mix the pair.
Exactly. If you've got white spot in your pond, put attention.
Yeah, clean it up.
No, no, don't do that. I'm joking.
Fish meal is the best natural food for koi.
Ooh, is it?
This is definitely Rick's statement.
Yeah.
Why do you definitely my statement?
It's you all over, mate. That is.
The funny thing is, Rick has never ever fed his fish meal. Fish meal, wheat meal. Sorry, take that all back. Can we just wind back?
Rick has never fed his fish. That's what he was trying to say, mate.
I was thinking of wheat jam.
I just find it okay. It is one of mine. Chucking.
I know it is, mate. It's got Rick written all over that, mate.
But the narrative, people hear shit and then end up fish meal is the natural diet of carp. No, it's not. It's about as natural as chicken fucking feathers or grass meal or soybean meal. You know, it's an absolute fish meal was a waste product from South America that turned out to be good to feed fish. You got good performance with it. Suddenly now it's scarce and you can't use it in industrial levels of fish feeds. So koi foods get away with it, but actual massive industry that are feeding aquaculture around the world can't really use it. But it's one of those things that's just like, oh, it is good. Don't get me wrong, it is good. But it is not the natural diet of a carp.
Ever.
It's not the be all and end all. It's one of those things. Insect meal would be the best, but it's too expensive. So the feed companies are trying to find alternatives. And funnily enough, one of the best alternatives is a brewer's yeast used in sake akari, funnily enough. No one goes on about, it's brewer's yeast in food. That's terrible. A waste product from beer. How can that be used for feeding fish? But good, isn't it? It's just one of those things that winds me up alongside,
the next one.
Month-old toe suck.
and this one. The higher the protein, the faster they grow. True or false?
That's a great question, isn't it?
There you go. Sure, but I don't know. I couldn't.
Why did you make me laugh with that then, Rick? I don't know.
I don't know. People always come in the shop and ask for the highest protein food they can get.
Because fish grow faster.
12 degrees. I want 55% protein. Oh God.
And that's the end of the mad
Let
fire.
me just have one more.
Go on, yeah, no, I'm saying that's the end of Matt's and Rick's lists.
Oh, is it?
I'm going to keep it on UV. Fast water flow rates are better for UV filtration.
False.
For what reason?
False.
Oh, is this another?
Well,
Is this a
what
statement
reason?
or a?
Well, I'm going to say false because the faster it goes through, the less dwell time you've got. So that's your filter system's all about dwell time. So I would say that that's part of the filter system as well. So I'm going to say false. Slow is better. Well, not slow, but slower be better.
Is it? What is the optimum speed? 10% of your pond water going for a UV every hour?
Tonight, my busters by GKP.
You're changing it, aren't you?
I'm saying false. There's my answer. Go on, Matt. Craig, Rick.
The slower it is, the better it's going to be. But that's on the returning water, not your pond. So the water going back into the pond is going to be defunct, bleached. But your pond may not be clear because the pond water's not circulating enough for the next batch to get in there before that's turned green, if that makes sense. It all depends where you're heading for. If you're trying to get a clean pond and you're running your water extra slow going through the UV, then you're not going to clear the pond. You've got to find the optimum level of water flow.
The most sensible thing you've said in ages. I get that now.
Thank you.
Welcome. That's
A lot of people don't understand that. The optimal flow value, UVs do have an optimal flow rate. Pay any attention.
I got one.
What? More or less.
Certainly not what's on the packet. Certainly not what's on the packet. There's hardly any of the UVs that say that this UV is suitable for a pond of X amount.
Can I just say, right?
All filtration has an optimum flow value. All filtration. You've got to find the balance, haven't you?
But surely after a drum, so 20 years ago, UVs were made, and they're exactly the same today. And they didn't have drums, so now they've got much clearer water to deal with, so they should be able to work twice as efficiently.
But what's the job of a UVC though?
Well, to sterilise the water. So the clearer the water, the better they work. Whereas the drum takes out all the particles, so you've now got clear water to work with, so they should be like super.
But that's my point. It's like different systems have a different balance. So flow rates are important, aren't they? You've got to find the balance. Every filtration has a optimum rate to create a balance to get optimum working parameters.
Slow and steady.
Always wins the race.
Like chef.
Get over and done with in 2 minutes, roll off and have a fag, job's a good one, mate.
2 minutes?
I was
marathon, is it?
I've got one more question. I can't answer
question
this.
or statement?
Sorry?
Last one of the evening then goes
Question.
to Matt. Here we go.
Phil.
Question.
You have a new pond, you just built it, and you've gone out and bought some filter start. You chuck it into your pond with no fish. Can you mature the filter?
Say that again.
So beneficial bacteria added to a system with no fish in the whole of the pond. Are you going to mature your filtration system?
Yeah.
Matt, it's like buying a bunch of puppies and not feeding them.
So
You
what
mean
hap-
bastard. They would have starved and die.
Okay. Thank you. This is a bit I get stuck with then. So what you're saying is the beneficial bacteria is starving because it's got no food. Yeah,
So you'd have to.
What does the beneficial bacteria feed on?
exactly. So what does
So
it
you'd have,
feed on?
you'd have to add. What was it?
So,
Euphoria. What was it?
so what is that benefit? What is that beneficial bacteria surviving on when it's sat in the bottle for 6 months on the shelf?
It's not surviving anything.
Well, it's got to, otherwise it's going to die in the bottle.
It's not fermenting. It's not growing. It's in stasis. It's not doing nothing.
Well,
You
why
put
can't
it,
it?
it's in an oxygen depleted state of nothingness. It isn't doing nothing for a year. It's not like eating, jump. It's there. You pour it in a pond, and suddenly it comes to life, and it's like
No,
Because there's oxygen.
dinner.
that just sounds like bollocks to me.
All right then. So
But that's the bit where they say. But I get a little bit what you're saying, because they stipulate that PSP must be left in daylight, stored in. It does. It states it on the bottle. Must be
It's
left in
daylight,
direct
it's daylight.
daylight.
Okay,
It says
right, yeah.
on the bottle, must be left in direct daylight. But yet they stick it in a cardboard box, put it in a warehouse before they ship it out to us.
And Crafty's going to be going and taking it out of his shop and putting it out in the courtyard.
fucking not, mate. I haven't got any at the minute.
I'm gonna snapshot it tomorrow and send it you. Show it. Does say store in daylight.
I thought you said the opposite, mate.
I'm sure it does. Might be wrong. I will look.
It is one. Adding beneficial bacteria to your pond. Turn the light off, UV light off. Or keep it on. Well, let me put it this way. You should turn the UV light off when adding beneficial bacteria to your pond.
Correct.
True or false?
Well, I'd say true, because it says that for most treatments too, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, you're just saying
What
true.
treatment, though, is it?
Well, yeah. 'Cause it's not. It's a.
Is it a water treatment? Is it an additive?
Well, it's both, and turn your UV off.
And
Do you turn the UV off when adding beneficial bacteria to your pond?
and do you turn off your air pump in your moving bed filter when you're
No,
adding it?
that's not what I said.
It's a follow on.
Yeah, you see, and I'll bet you any money people don't.
Don't what?
Yeah, I've got to admit, mate. I would have. I have used it and not turned it off.
No,
But
you
I believe you probably should.
turn your UV off and turn your air off.
Yeah, but to be fair, it doesn't matter because your bulb's been in there so long, it's not killing jack shit.
No, it's basically saying gives it the optimum amount of time to appear.
Because everybody's gone to the point where it doesn't work. Right then, ladies and gents, that has been this week's GKP Mythbusters.
We haven't busted a single myth. All we've done is talk shit.
Yeah, but it was funny, wasn't
No, I think it's been a good episode, guys. Well done.
it? This wasn't me. This was these. Oh crap! It was them two. They started this. I just asked for some questions. I expected one or two topics, and we made an whole evening of it, which has been, in my eyes, I've enjoyed it. It's been good.
And there's reams and reams of them, innit? There's reams and reams of them we could ask.
Yeah,
Tonight was fun, and we definitely broke the mold. Crafty
did.
didn't do a plug.
Graft is what?
Didn't do a plug. You normally go, oh, can I just?
Come in, mate.
Don't finish that. He's got an end credit of all the fish on.
I actually had a plug ready to go on screen, but someone called me on Facebook and it fucked it all up, to be perfectly honest. And Gaz would have seen that it was ready to go, wouldn't you, Gaz?
I did see it, mate, but I did see it go as well. It disappeared. So until next week, ladies and gents.
Hang on.
Let's plug it.
My time paid back is for plugging. Right, we've done very well on. I'll be pleased to say that we've done very well on the Nexus TI that is now in store and looks fantastic, by the way. There are only a few tickets left on the Nexus competition, and I mean a few. 132 tickets left.
What'd you win?
The Nexus.
You
You're
idiot.
in your shop already.
It's like going to entering a car thing auction and going.
You've already driven it.
So we've got Nexus 220 Ti and a £200 gift card combined, or a 320 Ti. All right, so it's 99p ticket entry. Anyone that spends £50 or more will, and they don't win, will be offered a 20% discount on an EasyPod or Nexus 220 or 320. So there's a double ladder in there. But there's only 132 tickets left. So if they all sell out, I will literally do a live draw as soon as they sell out on that. There's still quite a few tickets left on the other competition that we got running as well. Which,
I like the fish one, mate. There's some good fish in that.
Yeah. Well, we've got to cover all. Gaz has left, hasn't he? And left us live. Check the email. It's mint. We've got Yellow Monkey, Aoki Yellow Dragon, or a Deutz yellow one as well. I can't remember off the top of your head.
It didn't go for long. I was going to plug Joe's podcast tomorrow night.
I'm back. Sorry, I missed that. Will you tell us again, Kraft? I missed it.
No, he's got some good fish on.
I was watching. For some reason, my system just rebooted on that one. Then
It's called going for a wee.
Guys, when you finish this, stay online because I want to put something to you. But we've also got the Nisai one. What have we got on there? Oh yeah, the Aoki Deutsch Yamabuki Ogon as well. 3 fish, one of which is the main prize. Loads of instant wins in there as well. Koi vouchers, Tozai selection, and there's only one certified Tozai as well up for grabs as well. But there's a few people on here that buy tickets on that. Them guys have had Paul Windmill's one. He's had loads of wins.
You should, Gaz.
Why is that absolutely fucking brilliant? Am I missing a joke?
because I went off, but everybody thinks it was. That actually landed quite perfect because my system literally does. You all started spinning in a little circle. All your screens went black, and then mine went off, and I thought, bollocks.
Oh. Yours actually went off.
It actually went off, yeah, but just left you free on. But it
Will
actually
just said,
worked
thanks,
out.
fuck, he's gone.
Oh my God. He's got a 40 suggestion.
But Paul Windmill has had so many wins. He has saved a fucking bomb on loads of stuff. Right, and there's a few people out there that have had some really good wins as well.
Always remember, ladies and gents,
they can go to Japan.
gamble sensibly.
Say that again, Rick.
You should do one like the prizes to go to Japan with you.
That is in. Oh, I shouldn't have said.
I'll behave. It can't be in. I've just made
let
that
the
up.
cat out of the bag.
No, I don't want to let the cat out. That is something.
Save it for next week's plug.
Put a tenner on, won a tenner back, and still got 10 tickets in the draw. And then that tenner goes towards something that you get a tenner off on. So actually, you're a winner, Marco.
Everyone's a winner. Right,
we have Field 25% off of an Oase pump. He put 20 quid on, won 25% off a £600 pump. Perfect, isn't it?
But don't forget, ladies and gents, if you've been enjoying this kind of content, do us a huge favour. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. And until next week's plug, keep smiling.
And I'll throw a free pom bomb in.
Yes, and a free pom bomb.
In the Nexus draw.
Good night, all. Thanks very much for taking part, and thanks very much, guys, for the suggested Mythbusters Crafty.
Yeah, next week, Crafty. You put some.
It's Crafty week next week.
Mate, I can fucking bang hundreds of them in.
There we go. That's what we want.
You'll go next week.
I enjoyed it. Good night, all. Good, Crafty. I'm going now. This has been one hell of an experience. Very nice. Have a look at that. change in the garden. I made a little secret area. Into the little bush so you can sit inside the other pond.